Okay, Julian, it's very important that like you laugh at every one of my jokes. Okay, I really like even if the joke is not funny, I need you to just laugh, just like, and it's got to sound like a real laugh. It can't
A real laugh.
a real laugh. Yeah, it can't sound like a fake laugh because um you know sitcoms. You know why they add a laugh track? Because people need to be told when to laugh, and you need to be the human laugh track on this podcast. People need to know that everything Cheesymanfredo says is super funny, right?
That's going to be hard though, because if I'm forcing it, it might sound the same every time.
We'll see that. Well, I'm not always going to be funny. It's going to be up to you to pinpoint. You're gonna have to pinpoint like every time I say something super hilarious because we can't like every time like if no one's talking, just laugh. Just fill up that space with something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Do
makes
you get
sense.
what I'm saying? Yeah, because you could be replaced, and it can happen in any episode, and we're never gonna acknowledge the Julian era of main character syndrome, and I just want to tell you that right now because
Yeah, I understand.
I didn't want to say this in front of everybody else, but you're kind of on thin ice. So
I could have like gotten a warning at
yeah,
least.
well, this is the warning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales, and with me here, as always, is my co-host, Julian. My Julian. Say hello, Julian.
感情想听我们节目，因为您喜欢。
There you go. Speaking Mandarin today. And before we go with our Mandarin theme episode, I'd like to say thank you to Spadeheart for being on our previous episode. But enough about him. Let's talk to Toya VA, our not our new guest. He's been here before, but say hello, Toya.
Bom dia, mi amigos. That's good morning in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was joking, but yeah.
No, seriously, that's Portuguese.
That's
It's
crazy.
actually
I think I heard you say you're like a Brazilian descent or something, right?
yeah, my mom's from Brazil. She's from Rio.
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually funny you mentioned that because on Thursday I'm catching a flight down to Rio to visit some
Nice.
family.
Rio, just like the movie.
Yeah, exactly, like the birds.
The birds.
The flesh birds that are very light and don't have any problem flying, not unlike those giant metal coffins that I'm gonna be stuck in for about like 10 hours or something.
Well, hopefully this isn't like the last recording of you ever, and then they put this as like in memory of you or something. That'd suck.
That would suck, but
That would be great for us, though. Everyone would tune in.
Yeah, exactly. It would have 2 epilogue episodes in this so
you know
far.
what would suck more?
What?
If I just like had like a mental breakdown right now and
That
just
would
like
suck too.
immediately like started like saying like a bunch of like crazy shit like I don't know like the earth is flat like fucking John Cena
John
fucking
Cena was
touched my
black. He
cat.
changed his skin color.
When I was
Yeah,
20 years old, I was molested by Hank Green, and then they paid me science show
God.
hush money.
exactly. And then like I just say all that crazy shit and then I die and then like since this is like my last like my last thing I put out into the public, it's bound to get a bunch of views, right? And just define the podcast.
Ela Klein has killed babies. I can confirm that right now.
I have heard things like that.
That's a joke. Don't sue me. That's speaking of Brazil, one of the most evilest men in the world I have ever met was like a light skinned Brazilian man. And it was
They tend to
crazy.
be.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not to sound like an SJW, not to go woke on you guys right now, but I think I much prefer like working at places with a lot of diversity, and not just kind of like not just like I guess like race, but like even like different age groups.
Yeah.
Because one of my favorite jobs was working at a cafeteria, and there was like all sorts of people there. There was like there was older people, there was like younger people, because it was like a cafeteria at a community college, right? And it was pretty fun. But the other place I worked at before, I don't work there no more. It was like at this valet place, and it was just guys, just dudes, right?
Just
And so,
dudes being guys.
yeah, just dudes. And there was this like light skinned Brazilian guy who was like he was chill, but God, he would say some of the most racist shit I ever heard, and it
Yeah.
would give me headaches. Just like that's how racist he would sound, right? And the crazy thing is that I noticed he would say the most offensive things about like ethnicities or race that didn't work at the valet. You know?
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. So my thing is always it's like because I feel I had and that's something I kind of noticed. I noticed people would say racist things about people who don't like work at the place you're working at or don't like aren't working those hours they're working.
So
Because
he's like
I
a
Mhm.
cowardly kind of racist.
well,
Like
like
he's
all
self-aware.
racist people are like kind of like coward, like because they don't want like they want their kid, they want their racist cake and eat it too, right? Like
Yeah.
they want to say all the racist stuff, but they don't want to like people to be like, don't say that, you know. Um,
It's
but
it's
so if,
always. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
go on.
Oh, I
No,
was just
you
gonna
go
say
ahead.
it's always really awkward for me because I'm absolutely white passing.
Right, you're definitely
And so
racist.
yeah, I'm definitely like super racist. So this whole conversation is just a little awkward for me. No, it's like I I find myself venturing towards the bar a lot, and
Mm,
there's been more than one situation where some dudes sitting next to me just starts talking to me. I'm just like, all right, whatever, I can do with some conversation. And then
mhm.
he just starts saying some crazy racist stuff. Just like,
Mm,
you get me.
oh,
Am I
jeez.
right, fellow whitey? And I'm just like, yeah,
Sure, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me so
totally,
sweet.
man.
God, I've been known to like say my partner a lot, like around people, like all the time, right? And my partner is like AFAB, and if, for people who don't know what that means, they were assigned female at birth, so they pass really well as like a woman, right? But
Mhm.
I like saying my partner because it gives the impression that like I could be like dating a guy or a girl, and I've had people like who haven't met my partner start referring to them as he without like meeting them or seeing them, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. You think I'm gay? I want you to think I'm like dating men, and I would date if I wasn't in this relationship, but you know, I want to throw out that like possibility out there. I think it adds something to me.
For a
To
second, I thought you were gonna say, I like the term partner because it makes me feel like Billy the Kid.
like I'm a cowboy.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie was it the death of Jesse James as told by the coward Robert what's his name? Robert Lee Ford? I forget.
Are you talking about the Civil War guy?
No, 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 not the general. I think it stars Brad Pitt. It stars one of them handsome fellows. Yes, it is Brad Pitt. Yeah, it's called The Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford is the name of the movie. You ever seen
No,
that
I've never
movie?
seen. No, I've never.
It's pretty base. It's pretty base movie because it's about like it's a literally me. It's a literally me movie, if you will. And it's kind of like one of my worst nightmare scenarios where like this guy, he's under like the shadow of Jesse James. And we all know Jesse James, one of the most infamous like outlaws in the West, right? Big
Mhm.
shot. And the story is told by Robert Ford, who was one of his accomplices, right? And he's the guy who shot Jesse James in the end and but like and there's this impression that he thinks he's going to become like he's always been in his shadow and he has this impression that he's going to be like a huge star because of it because of killing him, but everyone hates him because he killed Jesse James. Right, so even like he still can't escape his shadow, and it's like very like I don't know. There's some like relatability to that. I feel like people like I feel like I can relate, even though I can't put into exact words if something like that has happened in my actual life. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything comparable to that. But there's something relatable about like trying to impress someone and then trying to like outshine them somehow, but that just bites you in the ass. Right? I
Yeah.
don't want
Yeah.
to spoil the movie because the movie is very one of those kind of like downer of an ending kind of movies. But, if you're into, like, modern westerns or, like, postmodern westerns, whatever the fuck, a lot of them have downer endings. I can't remember the last, like, western that had, like, a very happy ending, right? I think
Uh,
that
I'm trying to
yeah,
remember a, Chinese one I saw last month, but I can't remember the name of it.
Chinese westerns are pretty good. Pretty good. Were you gonna say something, Toya? before we interrupted you?
Oh no, no, I was just kind of like thinking about like the movie. Like I'm trying to think of the last Western I saw, but and it's really funny, but it's kind of weird because like the only thing that are actually coming up on my mind are like old Kurosawa films. That's
Right.
that's because like I don't know. Whenever you look at like kind of like older like samurai films, they actually have like a lot of like crossover
Mhm.
with westerns.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, there's a very like a lot of like those classic samurai movies. Like I know was it Yojimbo is specifically
Oh
about.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen Yojimbo, but I know that it's like based on the main samurais are Ronin, and Ronin is one of those like badass titles you could give a character because it's like
yeah.
masterless samurai, right? You know,
Yeah, it's like I'm a
um,
drifter.
right? Exactly. Although in real life, a majority of Ronins like they defaulted to becoming bandits
Yeah.
after because samurais were in a very particular like era of during like the start of like the industrial revolution in Japan because they were like these kind of like bred from the womb warrior types until like, oh well, we're not constantly going to war anymore and now you need to get like real jobs. And then that kind of like disenfranchised a lot of guys that were like, no but I want, oh no but I was trained to be a badass warrior, no there's no more
I, I
badass warrior jobs.
I don't know. I kind of like killing people. That was kind of fun. Can we? Do we have to quit?
That's kind of like fuck, what was it? Was it the Taliban or Al Qaeda? One of those terrorist groups finally like took over the place
Oh
they
yeah.
took over the place they've been wanting to for a good while, and now that they've taken over the whole place, they have to get like regular jobs and they have to become fucking bureaucrats, and a lot of them are kind of mad about that because they're like, I've joined the terrorist game for the terror, not to work at a desk job.
Yeah.
No, no. I'm pretty sure that was Al
We all
Qaeda
have to
and
become
like
politicians now. But I
no,
Damn,
hate politicians.
damn it! I
yeah, it was
love
the
fighting.
Taliban.
Yeah, the Taliban. Now they have, well, boohoo. Now you got to become a real country. That's what you get.
And it is funny because I did see some of those posts where just like I was a member of the Taliban. You know, things weren't great, but I forged a lot of like bonds there. Now I'm just in a fucking office. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I have never read something more relatable in my goddamn life.
Oh god, there should
But
yeah. Wait, God, what were you say?
I was gonna say that's why I think like Office Space is probably one of like the best movies of all time because it really does encapsulate like office psychosis.
I
Yeah.
need to watch Office Space. I haven't seen it. That's like on the list of movies I've yet to watch.
That one
But
is
I'm
so
pretty sure
good.
I like it. I think it's was it Mike Judge? Was it Mike Judge who directed that or wrote it? He's the guy who created King of the Hill.
I think so.
Maybe.
Because that guy is like a kind of a genius. I think he like has a master's in some actual science or something.
Oh, it
Yep,
was
directed
Mike
by
Judge.
Mike Judge. Yeah, Mike Judge. Yeah, he
Mike
also
Judge is also bald.
yeah he is
Sorry.
bald. He also played the bad guy in the second Spy Kids movie.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he did. That was him. Like he was, which yeah, I was amazed by that too. I remember watching them. I might have mentioned it before in the podcast, but when I watched that movie when I was a kid, I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's like was it The Island of Lost Dreams? It's like the subtitles of that movie, Spy Kids
Yeah.
2, Island of Lost Dreams, right?
Yeah.
And so when they're on the island as a kid, I remember it as like, oh yeah, they were like on a tropical island and shit, right? In the jungle, right? That's what I remember. Then I rewatched the movie and I'm like, no, wait a second, this is fucking Southern California.
Yeah.
This
I
is
was
fucking
like, hell no, man.
that's not the jungle. That's Southern California. What the fuck? Where did I get the
Dude.
impression they were the fucking jungle? I mean, sometimes they're on a set. Like sometimes they're obviously on a set, and it's like
Mhm.
okay, they got some couple of vines and a couple of fucking like jungle trees, but like when they're outside, it's like no, that's Southern California, motherfucker. I recognize the fucking like wheat, the fucking brownish yellowish color of the fucking plants. Yeah, that's Southern California. God
It's so
damn.
it's so crazy seeing like as a kid, like I didn't even like notice and it just kind of like flew over my head. But it's so crazy
Mhm.
seeing like Danny Trejo in those movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Fucking love Danny Trejo. He's like people were like with the live action One Piece, they were like fan casting him as Kaido. I don't know if you're aware of One Piece characters.
I'm
Um
super aware.
okay, well they
Too
wanted
aware.
all right. They wanted Danny Trejo as Kaido. And I'm like, by the time the live action One Piece gets to Kaido, Danny Trejo might be in the grave. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has like a like I don't know. It's kind of like I don't want to be the guy to like look at an older man and be like, "Oh, it's kind of sad that he got old," because like I don't like that attitude, right? Like I think it's a blessing to grow old, you know? A
Yeah.
lot of people don't get that chance to grow old, right? And he's gotten old. He's rich, he's famous, right? But he just doesn't have that physique for like a Kaido who's like a brick, right? Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Jason Momoa probably that could probably work way better. But what was I gonna say?
Oh,
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know if they
something.
would pay for him though.
Crazy
That would
because
have to be like a passion project on his part. He would be taking a hit on that role.
Maybe. I mean, he hasn't done anything big. Not even the Aquaman movies. No one gives a fuck about those. You know what I'm
His
saying?
agent might disagree, but I get what you're saying.
Maybe
I'm really vibing
Although
with your
he is doing that
concept.
Minecraft thing, so maybe you're right.
with Jack Black. He's in
Yeah.
it too. We're gonna say Toya.
I said I'm really vibing with your concepts right now.
Thank you. Yeah.
I watched the Rocky Balboa movie like last night.
Oh, nice. I need to watch that one too.
The one where he's like getting all old and shit, and he's just like, "Nah, I still got it in me."
Yeah, it's I've been thinking I haven't been really thinking about it, but like a couple days ago, tell me if you've ever been in this situation. It's nothing like scary, but it did make me get a little existential. Like I woke up and I got like a DM from a buddy and say like, "Hey, do you remember this one guy from high school?" And this was a guy that I wasn't friends with. I just knew his name and I just knew he was around. That's it. Like I had no like bad or good memories with him. I just knew he was a guy that went to my high school, right? Anyway, I
Right.
found out that he like passed away a couple months ago, right? And I don't know, I didn't like I felt kind of sad at the idea of loss of life, but I wasn't that close with him, and I wouldn't want to make like a public post about it because I didn't know him like that, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's interesting because he was probably only like a year younger than me, and I'm like almost about to be 30, right? So
Mhm.
it's scary, like it could happen when you least suspect it. I don't know how he passed away. It was hard to kind of like find that information apparently. Maybe the family kept very private about it or something. But yeah, it's just I don't know if you guys ever been in a situation like that. I don't know when you all graduated from high school, but I graduated in like 2015. So yeah, I don't know
Oh,
if
we're about the same age.
yeah. I don't know if you guys ever been in a situation like that. I knew a person from middle school who passed away. That was like kind of scary.
Uh,
Um,
I've kind
but
of been in a situation like that.
mhm,
I will say real quick, whenever you said like I don't know, the idea of like your friend coming up to you and just be like, "Hey, do you remember this guy from like you know, like middle school or high school or something?"
mhm.
Every time that happens, like my I'm immediately like on red alert because like instantly thinking the worst. Honestly, no
Yeah.
offense to your friend. I feel like death is like one of the better options when
Well,
following
yeah.
that sentence because
I
it's just
mean,
like a lot of times I hear like, "Oh yeah, no, he's a meth addict now. Oh yeah, no, he
oh,
went to
okay.
jail for touching kids." And it's just like, "Wow,
Oh,
that's
wow. I
crazy."
know that feeling because I there was one guy who like all those like amateur to catch the predator guys that like
Yeah.
exist nowadays like
Like
uh
YouTube and stuff?
yeah, so like I
Yeah.
saw it. I still have an Instagram because that's kind of how I keep in touch with people from my high school or my local area. And like people were spreading around like, "Oh, do you remember this guy from like our English class?" Like, and he fucking got caught as a pedo in one of those like
Oh
amateur like
shit.
YouTube to catch a predator guys. Like, oh
Wow.
no, they got
I
God. I wasn't really
I
friends
think
with him, but like, god damn.
um back okay, so as far as like deaths go, I did have like somebody on my tennis team who was
Ooh,
crazy because
R.I.P.
he was number 1 in the nation.
Right.
And yeah, I just found out like he died at like age like 23 or something from like cancer. And I was like, "Oh shit, what?" I was not expecting it was really sad
Mm,
because I was like, "Man, this guy had like a really like big future in front of him, you know?"
Yeah.
So that was kind of sad. But on a lighter note, just the other week, like 2 weeks ago, I was at a bar and I was just like sitting down, chilling out, having a drink. And then some guy I used to work with came up and sat next to me. He was like, "Hey, Toya, what's going on?" I was like, "Oh, hey, man, it's been a while."
Mhm.
And I was like, "Yeah, how are you doing?" We started talking and stuff. And then, like, he kind of seemed a little strange, but I was like, "Whatever. I'm a little drunk right now. I might be acting a little strange."
Mhm.
And then he just starts telling me about how he's on meth.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, no." He's just like, I need he's like, "I started doing meth. Probably need to get off that shit." And I was like,
Yeah,
"Yeah."
yeah, maybe, right? Yeah, maybe that could be like a priority. I mean, it's up to you, buddy. I don't want to dictate your life, right? You know,
Exactly. I was just like, "Yeah, that's pretty bad."
yeah, it's pretty bad.
And then he was just like, "Well, it's not so bad if, you do it, you pace yourself with it." I'm just like, "I don't know, man."
Maybe there is a way to pace yourself with it.
I was like,
Yeah,
"I
I wouldn't
listen."
I've
know.
started getting into gacha games. It's not so bad if you pace yourself.
Meth is a lot like gotcha games. You're right.
It's
I
just
agree
like,
with
"I don't
that.
know, man." I've seen a lot of meth addicts. And like none of them I'm sure all of them start out with being like, "No, you don't understand. I found the key to meth, all right? I found out how you fucking cheat the
Uh,
system."
that's so fucking cool. That's cool. Like it says something. Like maybe I don't know some confidence or something. Like he's like no I pace myself. That's the key. I'm gonna be the one meth addict that doesn't like destroy themselves because I figured out the key of pacing myself.
Like that
Right.
one guy who ate pizza every day for a decade and wasn't like
Decade?
dying.
Damn. He must have been like running everywhere then, or like he must have been because like just one slice of pizza or like a whole pie.
I think it was
Couldn't
like with every meal, he was like stockpiling
Oh,
pies.
oh no, nah. I couldn't do that. I
How
need at
There's
could
least
you
a
do that?
Vice article / video, RIP Vice, rest in piss.
yeah, rest in piss, Vice. But
I don't even know what happened with Vice.
with a Vice,
They just ran out of
Uh,
money, I guess.
yeah, I
yeah,
don't
I
even know
think
what.
I think they went like bankrupt. I mean, like it's like I think most like kind of like online like I don't know what do you call Vice like news I guess um hipster.
Kinda more like a journal as opposed to like capital N news.
Yeah, it's I guess like the hipster demograph like has kind of been like dead. Well, it's kind of been scattered. Whoever tweeted out saying that like ever since like Trump's been elected, the hipster man has been split into like five different like subgroups, right? That was really like the spear that like kind of split them in all these different directions. So like,
Trump was the Tower of the Babylon that broke up
right,
hipsterdom.
I,
Send them all over the all over the world.
right, send them all over the fucking world like the Dragon Balls.
Holy
I think
shit.
I think the same happened to like hipster women. You don't really see too many hipster women. I think like a subsection of them have turned into kind of like the trad wife. The
Probably, yeah.
yeah. The trad wife is a
Or
very
like
funny
actual
concept.
punks.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
or meth
Time to
addicts.
Dude,
stop pretending.
or meth addicts,
Or
yeah.
meth addicts. Who knows, right? I feel
Yeah.
like in this economy, like being a meth addict is kind of a little bit more chill. Than like if the economy was way better, if we weren't under Biden inflation, we would being
Uh,
on meth would have been, whoa, dude, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? Right. But like now it's kind of like, oh well,
Yeah,
okay.
cost of eggs going up, but the cost of meth still the same.
Yeah, still the same.
a stable economy right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. I hate that though. I hate that it gets that. That's unfair, really.
Listen, these
Cost of
meth
lean
dealers,
is going up.
they got their shit under
You hate to
lock.
see it.
What's that other tweet that's like you should have the hustle mentality of a meth addict because you never see a meth addict be like, oh well, I guess I won't get no meth today. Nope. Nope. They find a way.
That's pretty good. Shit, man.
They fight harder for like to get the meth than for the kids they like lost in the process of of being addicted to meth, right? But right, you know,
I
we
guess I
are
should develop that hunger.
yeah, you
Yeah.
got to be hungry. That's me actually. Speaking of hungry, I just reached 10K on Twitter. I did it
Oh
Nice.
hell
finally.
yeah.
I'm finally big.
Congratulations.
I'm big Twitter artist now, right? I've become the thing I set out to destroy.
Yeah. You're the enemy. You're the bad guy.
Right, exactly. I'm the
Billie
villain.
Eilish told me about you.
Yeah, well, good. You better believe everything she said about me. uh, but I think what finally did it was I made this comic. I don't know if you've seen it, Toya. It might be up your alley, but it's called Flingus and Friends, and I'll describe what's happening for our audio listeners. But basically, it's like an opening of like a little kid show called Flingus and Friends. It has like it's got the title logo up there, and these kids are like running, and they're like, haha, they're smiling. And there's one kid in the back who's really close to Flingus, and he's just looking at him, and like he just grabs Flingus' head and just squeezes it, and his eyes like pop out because he's just like his head just pops, right? All the other kids are screaming and they're yelling and they're crying, and their yells are being muffled because this kid is just so hypnotized by like the blood on his hand as he's like, you know, he's just staring at his hand with covered in the Flingus, the Flingus felt on his fucking fingers.
You know, I actually haven't seen this comic yet. This is a really good one, Jesus.
Thank you. It took me like yeah. It was like kind of like a 3-day process, I guess, to finish this one.
That makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, because I really wanted to kind of like make it very kind of obvious that like, oh, this is like a sound stage. They're like on set. Um, and I originally I'm not even like trying to say anything with this. Every comic I'm trying to say something, but like that's you all figure that out. I didn't really like. I just did this because I thought it'd be funny. I thought it just would be funny if like, oh yeah, what if a kid just grabs it, just squeezes it, right?
I
You
wish
know,
this is what happened when Larry David got his hands on Elmo, but there were all of
right,
those adults around.
right, exactly. Someone in the comments told me like this feels like a hypothetical on Only Place. No, and
No,
I
it's super
Would
good.
you
I like it a
squeeze
lot.
Flingus?
oh
What are you
Tomar,
talking about, man?
what if you're on stage and you know you saw the show called Flingus and Friends and you squeeze would you
What if you
squeeze his little
grabbed his
brains
head and
out?
just squeezed until he popped?
Oh, I don't want to kill Flingus. Oh
Man,
my god.
yeah, I'm surprised. The kid looks fucking. He does look fucking possessed by an idea.
Right. My interpretation, well, what I think, what it's like, I don't want to like make any canon towards this. It's open for everybody, but I basically think of this as like if an intrusive thought won, you know,
Yeah, no, definitely.
right? And I'm a really big fan of something called naive cruelty, right? And it's like cruelty that like is not just non malicious, but also mostly comes from kids, you know, because
Yeah.
like
No, I completely understand because I describe this a lot. I think like a lot of children just have like they don't have the
they're kind of
concept
fucked
of
up.
morality. And that's why I think like I think middle
Yeah.
school is probably the most like brutal and like defining moment in a child's life is like middle school whenever like kids are like they're just old enough to be like intentionally cruel but
Hmm.
also like not old enough to realize that
The
being intentionally cruel
ramifications.
is wrong.
Right,
That's why
exactly.
on the internet, whenever I get into an argument, I always lose because I was insulated from all of that. I never went to middle school or high school. I'm technically, you know, those guys who are like, oh, yeah, I'm in the military. No, I didn't do any tours.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Back in like in 5th grade, I remember that like we would constantly like use the word rape as a punchline for a joke because we thought that
Yeah,
shit
Yeah.
was super funny. We
that's
were
still
watching.
happening.
I mean, yeah, I bet
You
kids
go
still
to
do
any
that.
comedy show.
I bet kids still do that at school and in their little group chats. But but yeah, it'd be like we would be watching South Park. There was Newgrounds. So there was like a compilation of someone collected that one guy who does like songs of popular like franchises depending like what came out, and like in all of his songs he would always add like rape jokes to it, right? So someone made a
Oh yeah, Weird
compilation.
Al.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's yeah, it's classic. Rape it. You know,
Yeah,
parody of Michael
exactly.
Jackson "Beat It."
It's really weird that he decided to like include like very like descriptive and explicit videos with like with the music. I don't know why he did decide to do that. It
He
wasn't very
Have
funny, but
another fist, have some more come.
I don't care if it's with consent or none. Just
Weird Al, stop, please.
Weird Al, please. Do you really want to be the rape guy? Oh God. Ah, jeez. Well, fuck. Well, this episode's fucked again. Last episode we were talking about like pedophiles and like um kissing ugly men fetishes.
Oh god. Listen, I mean pedophiles, I'm pretty sure it's just like a constant of
It's
the
one
internet.
thing.
Uh
They only exist
the
online. I've never met one in person.
same. Um but the like getting like kissed by ugly men fetish haunts me.
This is a step too
Um
far.
yeah, it haunts me. Listen, the ugly bastard NTR. It's gone too far. There's too many good artists. There's too many good artists that just decide, yeah, I'm gonna go into the most heinous thing possible.
That's
um
fine. Like, that's my favorite thing. I love reading a
Julian.
book, and then you have this, like, pretty couple, and then this, like, trollish looking guy shows up, and he's
Mhm.
like, "I'm gonna make your wife come like she's never come
I'm gonna make
before."
your wife come. Listen
And the
here,
guy is just
mister.
like,
I'm gonna make your wife
"No!
come.
There's nothing I can
No,
do. I have to watch
no,
this
don't do that.
happen."
It's just like, oh great, I've been thinking to myself, I haven't seen a disgusting looking creature in a while. Oh, he's just going to corrupt everything he touches? Very cool. Very
I love
epic.
seeing it
Thank
in
you.
live action. There's this one Japanese
Oh my
actor,
God.
he has, like, blondish hair. He chews the scene, like, every time, just demolishes
You
it.
gotta send me a link of this guy because I'm a little curious now. See, Toya.
Jeez.
See the key to enjoying NTR is you have to pretend to be the ugly bastard. You have to put yourself in his shoes. Then it's kind of
Here's the
like
thing.
okay, you're kind of like oh look at me, I'm conquering.
Here's the thing. First of all, like I was the ugly bastard, right? I was a
Oh,
fat ugly bastard. But I started going to the gym about like 6 months ago. I dropped
That was your
about like
first
60
mistake.
pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the first mistake.
first mistake.
True.
Went to the gym. And
And so I'm no longer NTR Ugly Bastard Club. However, quick aside, weird that the gym is coming up because that meth addict I was talking about earlier, he goes to my gym.
nice. Well,
maybe
is
that's
he?
how he's doing it.
Well, if is it really that bad then?
He's
Yeah.
exercising the, drugs out of him.
Imagine if there was like a YouTuber, an influencer called like the meth addict gym bro or something. The gym
That's
meth
a good gimmick.
head. Like you're addicted to meth, but you also go to the gym and you give like exercise advice.
Trust me, I'm really good with needles.
I mean, like if you're on meth and you go to the gym, you probably like are doing way more reps than anyone there. You're probably there like the longest,
True.
He
especially if
has a
it's like a
video that
20.
blows up, and the
Mhm.
title is "You Don't Need Pre-Workout," and then it's just 15 minutes of him talking about the, performance benefits
It's
of
a
cocaine.
bad.
Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I think no, I think there might be something here. Like I think maybe your former coworker could use some of this advice. Like, to become the meth gym bro on like TikTok or something. There has to be like you have to like, kind of find a censor, like a word. I don't know, the fentanyl like gym bro, the fucking I don't know, something fucking what's the name of that one guy? What's the name of that one Colombian fucking like drug lord?
Uh,
Not El Chapo. Fucking I forgot his name. He's so famous. He was so famous. I know someone listening and screaming out this person's name. Right. Okay. If I type
I
in
know who you're talking about, but I cannot remember.
Colombian
Pablo
drug,
Escobar.
yes, Pablo Escobar. Right. Maybe it could be like
Yeah.
the Pablo, the Pablo Jim bro, or like you gotta use some code. You gotta use some
Yeah.
slang in the name. Something that like TikTok can't pick up. I think this could be like a fruitful venture for any meth heads who listen to the main character syndrome.
Honestly, maybe because I know meth makes you lose weight,
Oh yeah.
and as somebody who's, I mean, again, I've lost like 60 pounds in like 6 months.
Oh, congratulations. I'm gonna add a
Yeah.
clapping sound effect right here.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Um, like, damn, it's fucking hard losing weight.
No, I bet.
Like, like, like 6 months ago, um, I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna do this myself. I'm gonna put in the hard work and I'm gonna get it all done. And like, I'm still just like, yeah, I'm gonna stay natty and stuff. But like, I don't know. I've fallen into like the toxic, like, the Marvel masculinity trap where I'm just like, yeah, maybe steroids are the answer. Like, maybe I should
Hey,
just do steroids.
I think if you're gonna do steroids, you might as well like do a sport or something, like 'cause just steroids by itself, that's a little weird. But if you're doing steroids for like, I don't know, like baseball or something, okay, well, there's a little bit more of an excuse there, I feel, right?
Just steroid to increase your aesthetics, a little cringe. Steroids to cheat though, that's pretty
I
badass.
respect that a little bit more,
Yeah.
like
No, I get it. That's a hunger.
like if
You're in
I,
it for the gold.
like I don't know what the parameters for getting into heaven are, but like I feel like you could like sink yourself into heaven a lot better if you like use steroids for a game. At least that kind of makes more sense to me, I guess, because you're supporting your team. You
They're
kind of
about to
like
dismiss you, and then Samson runs out and says, "No, that guy's awesome. Let him in."
it's Saint Peter. He's like, wait, hold up. Oh, you did steroids for yourself? That's selfish. Oh, you did steroids for your team, so you guys could keep winning. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
oof, God, well, you're the reason that your teammates' children went to college. So let
The
this guy
fucking Saul
in.
Goodman like pops and he's like, your lord, please understand. You see, this man only took steroids in order to humble the other players so that they may also get into heaven. It was an honest mistake.
He was helping them, guys. It's like when you fight for your country. Taking steroids for your team is like fighting for you. You might as well be a veteran. Veterans Day might as well be for you.
That's what I'm talking about. See?
Right, exactly.
That's what
Um,
I've been saying.
do not take none of my fucking advice. I better not hear any of you guys being like, "Oh, I'm going to get on steroids because Cheesy said it was okay." I don't think I have
Maybe
that power yet. You know.
Not
Cheesy,
yet.
I got on meth because of you. Do you care to explain yourself?
Okay, well, first of all, everything I say is ironic unless I say otherwise. Second,
Unless
this
it's funny enough.
this is a comedy podcast, and I know what you're saying. I promote dangerous ideas. I platform evil individuals, but it's all a joke. Just letting you know. So and I'm just being a funny guy. I'm just being a little guy. I'm just being a funny little guy, and you're all trying to. I'm basically Flingus, and you're all being that little kid who got possessed that's trying to fucking pop my head open with your
Actually,
hands. You know.
speaking of being a funny little guy, you haven't been in a lot of drama recently.
Oh yeah, I've not. I have
Yeah.
I haven't like done anything to. I don't know. I've quote tweeted certain people before, but nothing has kind of like led to anything. Yeah, I haven't done anything to like
I haven't been jump scared on Twitter for a
by
second
like
by like
oh,
Isn't
what
it
did
like
Cheesy do?
harder to cause drama in a post Elon Twitter? Because now everyone's doing it.
Actually, yeah, my last kind of like drama
Really.
was before he like got on Twitter, right? I
Yeah.
feel my last one was like what was that fucking Bendy fan guy? There was like that one guy who has a little Bendy OC, and
Ooh,
someone
yeah.
someone just he was all like, "Oh, draw." He told like another artist who was drawing Bridget from a Guilty Year, like, "Oh, draw. Can you draw my Bendy my OC with Bridget?" And they did, and everyone's like, "Oh, how wholesome. Let's draw more fan art for this guy." And me, I got super jealous, and no,
You're
actually,
like,
You
hey,
were
fuck this
vindicated in
guy.
the end. That guy
yeah.
sucks.
Well, the thing is that like I was vindicated before I dropped my tweet about that because like it turned out that everyone was under the impression that he was like 13 years old, but he was really like 30 or something. And everyone was like, "Oh wow, what the fuck?" And like I don't know, they found some egregious tweets that he's made, right? And I was thinking like, oh, so we're at that point where like we finally hate this guy now, so I could safely drop my tweet where I'm shitting on him, right? But it turns out that he still had shooters out there, so
Yeah.
they
Damn.
came after me. I lost like a couple of like mutuals from that. I remember. Funny though. I mean, just funny little world. Live my little comic controversies. Oh, if you actually look up my name on Google Images, you'll find like back like maybe like a year ago or so. If you just looked up my
Is it
name,
you on a hit list?
yeah, it's me on a hit list. It's my address. If you look up my
What?
Cheesymanfredo. Now, but
Oh, I thought you were being serious for a second. I was like, oh,
no,
geez,
I
do you
would
really want to
not.
say that?
I wouldn't publicly put that out there like that. Oh God. But basically, if you would look up my name on Google Images, you're gonna find like a year ago or so, you would find way more big Twitter comic edits, right? And but
Mhm.
thanks to all the other comics I've been drawing, all the like little I call them fart comics because I just like kind of shit them out, you know. Um,
Right.
and there's way more of those on Google Images now. Now that I've got like more traction, more people like been fucking with those and whatnot, you know. It's been pretty great. I've been hitting a couple of like online artist milestones. Like recently, my fucking one of my comics got like the art got stolen and they put it on a shirt. There's like a shirt store selling my comics on it, right? And
Oh,
they even
that's
fucking like erased my signature. Wait, I got a picture of
oh,
it.
okay, that's not cool. I thought you like maybe you'd struck up a deal. No, that's
No,
not cool.
I did not. I mean, it'd be dope. I mean, here's the thing. I don't own like it's this one. It's like the Lego Batman comic I made, where it's like
Mhm.
Lego Batman, just kill me, and then Lego Joker's like, I'm a villain, not a monster, and they're having like gay Lego sex in the fourth
Oh,
panel.
my beer went up my nose.
So I don't own Lego Batman, and also this like joke I got it from a TikTok audio, right?
Mhm.
So I just thought, oh, it'd be funny to do this because everyone on TikTok was using like their toys to with the audios, and I was like, I'm gonna make a comic. I think it's funny, right? And yeah, I guess like maybe like a year ago so later, this like website just stole the art. They even erased my signature. It's not there. It should be at in the last panel at the bottom, right? But it's
Yeah.
gone. Right?
I think the annoying
Damn.
part is that they say designed by them.
Uh,
Designed by them.
by
Oh
by
my god.
Tevitt.
Yeah.
Designed by Tevin. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
That is pretty fucked up. Oh man, I hope I see one of these in the wild. That'd be awesome. I'm not like
Uh,
I'm not that upset about it. I think mostly because it's not like if it was like maybe like Bongo or Luna or one of my OCs, I'd probably be more upset about it. But this is kind of like, oh, well, this was kind of like a shit post. So whatever. I don't care. If this pays for some Indian kids college, who am I? I don't know. I don't know
True.
where these t-shirt like these like print on demand companies are like located. I just assume India cuz I'm racist, right? But
hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm
hell
saying.
hell yeah, this is my kind of podcast.
That's what
Um
I'm saying. A couple days before I go to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, my location is going to be
you're going to be at the Coco Bongo Hotel. No, wait.
Coco Bongo.
No, fuck. What is it called? No, not Coco Bongo. The Copacabana. No, the Copacabana Hotel. That's what I think it's called.
Hell yeah.
Coco
You know,
Bon. Yeah.
it's actually funny because I have a good amount of moots, uh,
Mm.
of oomphs that fucking hate your guts, cheesy.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm aware
I
of some of them. I know there's. I'm not gonna say.
name
I'm not gonna
names.
say any names, but I am aware that there is like one server out there that's like dedicated to my downfall. Not
What?
dedicated, but I know they're like they talk about like, oh fuck this guy. Oh, I know there's one server out there. I am aware of them.
Today I need to talk about the cheesy problem. Proceed.
Cheesy problem.
Yeah. What were you gonna
Uh,
say, Toya?
I don't think I'm a part of that server. I will say that there is a non-zero chance though, because I do tend to like just join Discord, any Discords I'm invited to, and then never look at them again
Mm-hmm.
unless I'm drunk. But
Oh, I look at all of them. I'm constantly disgusted.
I've got too many Discords. I literally I was so happy because in the DMs, like Cheesy was just like, "You're still on for tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he sent me the link to this Discord server, and I was so fucking happy because I never quit, but I'm not sure if I would have been able to find it.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it is funny because whenever I do talk to like I remember last time I talked to my moods, I was like, yeah, this is why I was like busy. I was going on the cheesy cast, the main character syndrome, and they were just like, what? Cheesymanfredo? And I was like, yeah.
Cheesymanfredo. Oh, I hate that guy.
It is like it. You ever like have you ever been in a situation where like your friends just kind of fucking hate each other?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, a couple. I know that I won't say any names, but I know there's some people. Even in this server, there's people that I would get on my podcast, but I would like remove other people so they don't see them in this server and then instantly leave. You know,
Yeah.
right? Because they're like, "Oh, I want to get this person on my podcast because I want to talk to them and chat and whatnot," right? But I know they hate the guts of this one person, so beforehand, I'll remove that person out of the podcast and then give them some sort of excuse like, "Hey, I'm doing a couple of maintenance, so I'm just kicking everyone out in the meantime," right? And then later,
Don't come in for a few days.
right, exactly, and I feel like I could say that without fucking like anyone getting mad at me because I'm not trying to fucking. I don't want this server is just to record stuff. And that's it, right? Like y'all
Yeah.
could feud with each other everywhere else, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll jump on. I mean, like I'll say this: I'll jump on any podcast, even with like people that I like. That I hate,
Oh yeah, same.
right? And
I
I mean, I
I
don't
don't
I
care.
hate
would
you,
do it
Cheesy,
for the
but
podcast, but in any other social setting, if it's someone I hate, I don't wanna look at them. I don't wanna smell them.
There's a handful of people that I would like. I don't know. I really can't think. I mean, there's got to be someone like awful that like would like. I don't know. Maybe okay, if there was like an infamous pedo or something that was like running a podcast and they asked me to jump on, I'd be like, no thanks, dude. I'm
Or like
good.
that one guy that was like the biggest Digibro fan ever. I
wait,
Who
forget his
what?
name, but he's some kind of like prolific internet pedophile.
there was
Huh?
I forget what's his name. Are you talking about Amos Yee or whatever?
Yeah, that guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
Amos Yee was a Digibro fan?
Oh, you didn't know
Yeah.
that?
No.
Oh
What?
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's
He
Amos
was in
Yee.
every server, and everyone was like, "I don't like this
He
guy."
even like tried to pay Digi to like promote like pedophile stuff or whatnot. There was like
Yeah.
I don't know if the video is still up. I gotta check on YouTube. But I had like a playlist of every time like my comic was mentioned in something. And there was like a Digibro video where like you could, if you patron, she would like shout you out, or she would like make a little ad for you in her video, and she did one for Bongo Luna at the time. And I remember that
oh hell yeah.
before that one, there was like an acknowledgement of what Amos Yee wanted like her to say. And she said like he wanted me to say this, but I don't want to really want to, I don't like,
Feel
condone.
comfortable.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable saying that. I just wanted to put this just to let him know I acknowledge that he paid me, but I'm not gonna say this stuff, right? And that was right before my ad in the video, right?
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
what a follow-up.
Right, exactly. Didn't he get arrested or something? He's, like, in jail or whatnot, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Last I
he got
heard, yeah.
arrested.
Yeah, he was, like, in
Yeah.
Singapore, I think, or something, I can't remember. I know it was, like, one of those East Asian countries, but,
It was one of those moments where it's just like, wow, the guy who openly professed being a pedophile was
a
indeed a
pedophile.
pedophile.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Well,
It's
he wasn't base ironic. He
are
wasn't.
we
Who
super
could have
surprised
guessed
about
that this
this?
would happen?
Mhm. Right,
Oh,
definitely.
man.
But, yeah, I wouldn't jump on, like, any kind of pedophile or like hardcore kind of like Nazi people, white supremacist type people. Okay, I wouldn't that I because I've kind of stopped watching like debate content because it's like
Mhm.
I like pay rent now, so I kind of stopped watching the debate content, you know. And
Yeah.
right, and and recently I got a video, like a debate video recommended to me, and I watched it, and I'm like, oh my god, I just remembered how annoying this shit used to be. So, because just like listening to these people talk, and like, I think we all could agree pedophiles are bad, right? Like that's a safe thing to say. All
Yeah.
pedophiles are bad, right? That being said,
I don't know. It's a risky statement, but I think I'm gonna sign on. You know, let's shoot for the stars.
Whatever. We're gonna put my name on it. I don't care. But
Yeah, I'm gonna John Hancock that shit.
yeah, exactly. So but like God, in some of these debates, they like just they say the word they call each other pedophiles so often it loses its meaning, right?
Oh yeah,
That it just becomes pedophile, it just becomes code for a bad person. I think you're a bad person, so I'm gonna call you a pedophile. And it's like, God damn, like really? Like some words should be kind of sacred, you know?
I
yeah.
mean, for
No,
a
it's
while, that's how I used nonce, and then
Mhm.
someone told me what that actually means. I'm like, oh,
I like
damn.
I like chomo. I think chomo is a funny word.
almost pretty good. I like Jomo.
Right, yeah, exactly. Big chomo fans of the word. Yeah, but like, oh god, yeah, I got reminded why I stopped watching this shit because like no one is like understanding or like like saying anything worthwhile. They're just there to spew out just bile, And you know what? That's great. I moved on. I'm a
Are
fucking
there any sexy debate people? Like, what if a
um
hot woman said, "I wanna talk to you about this debate?" I
Listen,
might do it.
I'll go ahead and say, listen, I as a straight man,
okay.
um,
Strike one.
listen, I got to be completely real with you.
Mhm.
Vosh was kind of looks maxing before the whole like
For the lowly
horse
thing.
the horse lolly thing.
The horse lowly
Like
thing, yeah.
he was going to the gym. All right,
Mhm.
every time
Yeah.
I saw him pop up on my Twitter feed, I noticed. I was
Yeah,
just
I
like,
mean, he was
damn,
looking
he's
really
actually
good.
working at it.
Yeah, he used
I
to be a
saw a
lot
guy with a
schlubbier.
bun sort of like his in a, porn recently, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Gosh,
Porn.
what are you doing in my
And
pornography?"
then you were stroking hard.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that was the worst part. I had to, like,
Vosh,
put
what are
my
you
hands
doing
up
here?
for a moment.
Fucking I tried to get like Vosh on this
You guys reviewed
podcast,
a
not gonna
PS2 game
lie. Like
together.
back in March of like last year, and he said he was busy. And I won't I won't say the name of this podcast, but there is one podcast that like there's three different guests that I've asked to come on this podcast who said they couldn't do it or no. And there's another podcast run by mutuals of mine who did show up on that podcast, right? And I'm not saying I'm jealous. I am jealous, but like I don't know. I'm just saying. Um nothing against these guys. The vague guys I'm fucking talking about right now. But yeah, I there's probably a higher chance I could get Vosh on now due to the whole fucking controversy. Cause now like less people want anything to do with him now. Right.
Hey
Yeah,
But
it's
man,
crazy.
I
that's
don't
click.
yeah, exactly. But I don't know. I don't know if I need that now. In my we'll
You
we'll
should just
we'll wait
invite
for
him on.
a Vosh W in the future, maybe. We'll see. I don't fucking know. It depends on my mood. Whatever
You
whatever
could
you,
just
yeah.
you could just invite him on and just be like, so what's with the horse thing? And then just like let him fucking Beyblade, let her rip.
He says he wants to be the horse. He wants to be the horse. There you
I kinda
go.
get that. Like, you ever see an image, like, the whole, white women dogs meme,
You want to be the
I wanna be
dog?
the
Oh
dog.
yeah, I want to be the dog.
No, wait. I want to be the dog.
You don't understand.
Why couldn't he
I
be into something normal like centaur porn?
just love white women so much.
I was trying to come up with like a joke where like it's like a bestiality joke where like it's like, did you fuck the horse? It's like, no, that's not a horse. That's a talking horse, so it doesn't count as a normal horse. That's more like a monster, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if the horse
Listen,
talks, horse don't normally do that. So it's not really a horse, is it?
yeah,
Is it
you're getting a
illegal to
little
have sex with Taz the Tasmanian? Critics want to know.
He
you're getting a
talks.
little ridiculous here. All right, it can clearly talk.
Right.
Mm.
Exactly. You know, when Vosh originally said he was into the horse stuff, I was thinking like, oh, like BoJack Horseman, right? Like, yeah, like
I'll be
you,
hon
yeah,
I heard about the horse stuff for a while. I thought it was just kind of a meme.
yeah. I mean, it
Uh,
was, but like, I feel like then the normals found it. You know,
Yeah.
I
Uh,
see, I see.
the fuck, it left the target audience.
We don't have the target audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god.
Yeah, I hate it when it. See, all my like egregious tweets were meant for my audience. Every time they leave my target audience, it's over. Um,
And then when someone like finally realizes how it works, you get those replies that are like, "I wasn't familiar with your game. I must apologize."
hmm I wasn't familiar with your game. I was apologize. Oh my god.
I'm honestly shocked that I haven't gotten, like, any, like, hate on my tweets at all.
I don't think you said anything too egregious.
Yeah, but I definitely, like, say some nonsense. I say some babble,
Mm.
like, 'cause I do just, like, tweet when I'm drunk, and, like, it is just, like I think, like, one of my friends was just like, "Hey, man, do you wanna, like, delete that tweet from last night? It was a little, like, crazy," and, like, I just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I was like, what are you saying?" And then
Oh
he
wow.
shows me, and there's just a tweet from me at, like like, 1 in the morning that's just like, "Give me a gun and I'll shoot it." And I was like, "Wow, yeah,
I think I seen that
yeah,
tweet. I thought that was great. I think I liked it.
yeah." That's the thing, like, a lot of people, like, just really like my drunk tweets, but I'm just like, "Yeah, this is, like some of this stuff could probably, put me on a watch list or something."
There's God, I'm so tempted. There's so many like many like kind of comics I'm very tempted to like make and post, but I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put on a list if I make this comic.
Oh, yeah,
Like
no, I
let
definitely get that.
let's just say I suggest very dangerous ideas. I'm not a big fan of the government. Dirty on dirty. I'm not a big fan of the government. Dirty on dirty. You know that? You know that rap? You know that song?
I know the fucking Dragon Ball Z edit.
Yeah, the fucking one with Vegeta, like Piccolo. I got something to say. Then say it. Then
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the government. Dirty on dirty. I'm not a big fan of the government. That fucks.
Okay.
That
Speaking of
yeah.
the government, which, actually,
Which we're all big fans
this
of.
does
Please don't come to our house.
I
I love the
love
government, I love paying
democracy.
taxes.
Oh,
Oh, I love the
I love taxes.
CIA. Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, what are you saying, Toya?
Uh, this actually doesn't have anything to do with the government. I don't know why, but, like, the wordplay just kinda got me tripping tonight.
Mhm.
You guys gonna watch Dune 2?
I haven't seen the first one, so
Oh,
probably not.
sh
I saw the first one drunk, so I'm kind of 50-50.
I fucking I've been I got a lot of money for like movies right now. I'm on broke bitch mode a lot recently.
Yeah.
I haven't bought a little plastic figure, a little Chotsky in a while, and it's eating at me, you know, because that's kind of like my meth is like a little plastic toys, right?
I get that.
Did you, what
Somebody
are you tempted to watch a Doom 2?
well, my friends are seeing it next week
Nice. The
without me because I'll be in Brazil.
Oh, okay. Well, you can watch it. I mean, is it in Brazil? Because I know in Latin America they lag so hard with releasing like movies from other
Oh,
countries. What
Oh
I'm sorry,
yeah.
you cut out for me.
did I cut out? Oh, my bad. Yeah, no, I mean, I know that in Latin America, they lag with like movies, like a lot, like releasing them there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had buddy. They
uh,
haven't even done like Godzilla minus one in like Latin America. I think.
that was my movie of the year.
Yeah, base movie. Love that movie.
That movie was so good. I love Godzilla Minus One. That movie actually made me cry.
Yeah. Oh,
Like, I'm not even kidding. That shit was like I was like, "Fuck, man."
I hate to be like fucking like I hate to be like we used to be a country, but like you know they don't make movies like this no more. Or well, like I don't really watch too many movies. I haven't seen too many movies like these being made that kind of have it all, you know, because it's like
Yeah.
it's got frills, it's got chills, it's got romance, it's got action, it's got adventure. Like damn, this is like this is some like early Steven Spielberg shit right here.
The science of the
This shit
movie
kinda hit
makes
me.
sense and isn't like total bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, you know, there's just so much you could do with like a giant like radioactive lizard, right? But you know,
Yeah.
And, like, the and I feel like the entire, like, theme of the movie was just, like, like, yeah, shit may have been fucked, but like, hey man,
You
you
gotta
still
live.
deserve to live.
You gotta
You gotta
live.
live.
You gotta live. Yeah.
And but like
Base.
that in contrast with like the like circumstances and everything, like I'll be honest, I legitimately I did not know how the movie was gonna end. I was just like,
That's good.
yeah, and like I know there was like some setups, but I was like, I'm not even sure if this is gonna work. I don't know. It genuinely like kept me in suspense.
Nice. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, I was telling people that it's a very accessible like Godzilla movie. If you really like want to get into Godzilla, I think that's a good starting point. That being said, you really gotta like I don't know. As a kid, what got me into Godzilla was like the older movies, like from like the 70s,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I'm like a real Godzilla head about that. But no, I really like Godzilla minus one. It was really great. It's probably the third time we praised Godzilla minus one on the podcast.
Hell
God,
yeah.
there's a bunch of other movies that came out last year too that I haven't had the chance to see. I have not seen Oppenheimer yet. I want
I
Oh,
haven't
I
to.
seen
loved
Oppenheimer
Oppenheimer.
either.
Yeah, I need to see Oppenheimer. I need
I
to
mean,
Every
see
time I
what.
not
think about
loved, but I was entertained.
I don't know how it ends. Does he? Does he destroy the world in the end?
D d
Oh
does
boy,
he nuke
does
the
he.
Japanese?
I remember seeing people saying
And he
like
does it with a smile.
someone's like, "Oh, I wonder if they're gonna make any like drawn illustration posters for the Japanese release of Oppenheimer." And I'm like, I don't think they're gonna release Oppenheimer in Japan, dude. I'm gonna hot. I have no evidence for this, but I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna drop that movie in Japan. I think even Hideo Kojima had to go to like Singapore to go watch that movie.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
that's crazy.
Yeah, because like I mean, like makes sense. They I would assume the Japanese have feelings about Oppenheimer. I think and that's how it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I God, it's
I
it's
remember
it's
some
funny.
French people were making fun of Ridley Scott for his Napoleon movie. Like, that's not accurate. I will not be watching this cinematic
Yeah,
filth,
I
if you
heard he
can
was
even call it
very.
cinematic.
I heard he was very like liberal with like the historical facts in that movie.
Oh yeah, I heard that shit was like, I don't know. I hear like differing opinions. Like either Napoleon was sick and it's totally fine that they just like embellish facts,
Napoleon
or
was woke or
Napoleon was
not
bad
woke is what I keep hearing. I keep hearing mixed.
and not woke.
Right.
Well,
Damn. Yeah. Go on.
I'm not even sure if it's woke or
Nah,
unwoke.
I
It's
was
just
joking.
like,
I'm just saying, like, that's like the fucking dumbass dichotomy now. Like, oh, is a movie woke or not woke?
I am kind of tired of that.
Yeah, who cares, dude? Just watch movies, dude. Who
I
cares?
delayed watching The Hunt because of all of the discourse surrounding it. And when I finally
Mm,
watched it, I'm like, I didn't have to wait to watch this. This was okay.
that
is
was
that the one where like,
liberals are hunting conservatives.
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that's
The twist of the
I
movie is that they pick up the wrong woman and she kills everybody.
oh, I
But
see.
yeah, I don't know. I saw the trailer for that. And I thought like, this looks fine. I guess. I don't know. I'll watch any movie, but God, it's tough because I've been busy, uh, being broke and trying to like find extra ways to like make money. This is kind of off topic, but like this, I like this quote tweet someone dropped on my Flingus comic where it's like, "Dude
Dude
reposts
reposts
weird
weird
porn shit, but
porn
this one
shit,
was
but
good."
this one was good.
And it's kind of like I don't know. Do I repost weird porn shit? I don't think I do. I like suggestive stuff. I've like retweeted like some suggestive things, but like I don't think I ever like retweeted like weird porn. Maybe like years ago, right? But
I was about to say if like, listen, based off based off the like reports I get from mutuals who hate your fucking guts, cheesy, and wanna
From
nice.
the cheesy
Julius Caesar
Illuminati.
your ass.
Yeah.
I don't think porn is like even like close. I don't.
They say
I've never heard that complaint.
they say they say I'm too woke. They say they say I'm a what do they say? They say I'm a hypocrite. They say I'm crazy. They say I'm vindictive. I'm jealous or something like that. You don't have to tell me. It's fine.
Oh no, they just it's mainly Twitter stuff.
Nice. I bet.
But the thing is, I've realized that this like here's the thing. I don't know. I don't think like Twitter accounts are like very indicative, like of a person, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
no, I agree.
if I knew you just by your Twitter account, I might be scared of you, Cheesy.
Mm.
'Cause you're
Hmm.
getting in fights all the time.
Yeah, I do. I've been getting them less nowadays. You know how you're like, oh, I'm posting like weird shit at 3 a.m. and I'm super drunk. It's like I'm kind of like that, but when I just wake up, I usually feel very aggressive when I wake up and I go on Twitter and just start arguing with people, which is a big mistake because then once I eat and like drink my coffee, I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Um, there's been
I
like,
had that happen with Discord. Like, I'll enter a server that I don't normally talk in, and I'll just talk like I normally talk. And when people react the wrong way, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, and fuck your life. And then 3 hours later, I'll think, why did I do that?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's easier to get people to get mad at people just through like text, because like you see them
Yeah.
less as a person, and not because like you naturally hate them, but because you don't. There's like a difference between like you ever like met online friends in real life. It's a little kind of weird, right? Because it's like, oh, this is a person that exists,
Always.
right? I wasn't talking to a robot this whole time. This is like an actual flesh and blood person, right?
This is not a character.
Right, exactly. This isn't the character. It's not even the main character. They're a person, right?
Yeah, true. But no, but what I say is like, I've talked to you,
Hmm.
I like, not on the podcast before, and, like, I don't know, you're a very, like, chill dude, like, you're very,
Hmm.
like, easy to talk to. You're not really all that aggressive, in my opinion.
I try not to be. I try to be. I think it's just coming closer to like reaching my 30s. I've been calming down. There isn't too many like I don't know. I mellowed out, and there isn't like too many things I feel too like I have second thoughts about like a lot of things now, and because there's
Bro, I graduated the same year as you, we're not that old.
right.
Stop stop going down this route.
Like, there's some things I could tweet out that could get people mad at me, and yeah, like lolicons are greater than Zionists, right? But I can't tweet out that shit because I don't want to start like whole fucking fights, right?
That would be the start of the new culture war.
That would be the new fucking culture war. Did I ever tell you guys about the dream I had that might have been like prophetic, like, oh, this could happen and it would be fucking awful, right?
No.
It
What?
so I had this dream where, like, Smiling Friends, the Adult
Yeah.
Swim
Yeah.
show? Okay, so I had a dream where the new season of Smiling Friends came out and people watched it and they hated it because it was like it wasn't that good. It was just not as good as the first season, right? And it was just kinda boring, right? So
Right.
people were like, saying like, "Oh, wow, this second season sucks." But also in this second season, they had a JonTron voice cameo for an episode, and people on the other side were like, "Oh, well, obviously people just hate this season because JonTron's in it, right?" And that became like the discourse for like a week online. Like, "Oh, actually the new season is good. You're all just mad because JonTron's in it, right?" And it was like back and forth. And I'm like, this feels real. Like this could happen, because like I know they're all still friends. I know that there's still
Uh,
like, people who fuck with JonTron. It's it's all fucking
that
possible.
that that is, like, extremely, like, realistic,
Mhm.
and, yeah, I would say almost prophetic. I will not be surprised if that happens.
Yeah, yeah, but, I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it fucking doesn't happen because I just want the new season to come out, it be super funny, and everyone just making memes, drawing fan art, and, just that's what I want. I don't fucking want, like, discourse to fucking have actually, you know what? Even let JonTron be on because 'cause I'm pretty sure they're not gonna give him, like, a whole ass because 'cause they've had other, like, guest voice actors, but they don't, like, stayed too long. Like they had
Yeah.
chills, right? They had chills in that one episode, right? Like if
They were
John
going to have, Christine Chandler, but they couldn't, like, get the negotiation correct because of,
right.
how voice acting industry stuff works, I guess.
I've they talked about how they had like too many guest voices because there was no point because like everyone who does a voice has to be paid the same. So there's no point of paying someone just as much as a reoccurring voice actor as someone who is just gonna show up for 2 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Like you're kind of wasting money there. And they already kind of like stockpiled a lot of like voices. So,
Wait, so it's like a flat rate across the board?
I think that's like the impression that I got from like a
That's
from Zach Hato on a podcast. From what I remember, he might have worded it differently, but that's what it sounded like. They might,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. Voice actors get fucking screwed. I really hate how like you could be kind of like a veteran voice actor. You could be a guy who's voiced so many like iconic characters, like what's his name? The guy who did the voice for Jake the dog. Not is it John Maggio
Oh,
or John DiMaggio? He's yeah, John
I think
DiMaggio.
I think
that
it's
is
John
him.
DiMaggio.
Yeah, John DiMaggio, who has just been like fucking like voiced iconic character after iconic character, and like he's not getting like top billing in like movies and whatnot. When like a movie comes out and they need voice actors, they always go for celebrity voice actors, and it's such a fucking shame. They don't respect the fucking the industry titans. Like they don't give a fuck about them, and that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I agree. And
Mhm.
you know what? I think I have even more sympathy for maybe not even the industry legends, but maybe just you know small time voice actors who stream on Twitch.tv and
Oh,
YouTube.com.
really? Do you know
That
any?
really hits home, huh?
Can you name one? Can you name any voice actor who streams on Twitch.com that
It
needs like
was
the views?
Lake what was Superior?
Lake
No.
That doesn't sound
Superior.
right.
That's your racist twin, Lake Superior.
LakeToya VA. Oh my god, that guy.
Whoa, LakeToya VA. Whoa, crazy. I should have made you say what the fuck you do at the fucking start, because a lot of people just don't have context for a lot of the guests I bring on. I mean, it gets to a point where like I'm pretty sure the only hardcore like main character Syndrome fan base is all the people in the Ben Saint Discord.
Oh man, half those guys fucking hate me.
It'd be like that.
It's well, I mean, to be fair, it's like partially my own fault. Because I used to. Okay, so over this like past summer,
Hmm.
I had to work in Alabama for
Mm,
my job, and so they would give me a hotel every week, and I would just go to work. There was nothing to do, but there was a bar across from my hotel. Pretty much
nice.
every night I'd go there and get like completely shit faced.
Oh no.
Um, yeah. Oh no, is right.
Yeah.
So I get completely shit faced, and then I'd go into the Pin Saint Discord, and
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't even look. I just scroll, like do a random scroll, not look at the screen. I just like put my finger down, reply, and I would just say, "You're so wrong. It's insane." I didn't even
Oh
know what the fuck I was
no.
replying to,
Oh no.
and then I would just like
What if
eventually
it
I had to
was like
like form my.
pedophilia is bad? You're so right to say.
I could have been that. But I
Oh.
was dedicated. I was just like, whatever I'm responding to, like, I've got to, like, I'm gonna figure out what the conversation is about through context clues,
Hmm.
and I'm going to formulate a counter argument.
You're like a fucking you're like a fucking like a esoteric detective or something. Jesus
Exactly.
Christ. Oh my god. No, that's me and other servers. There's one server where like I don't remember no one's names, but like I have the people that like okay, this guy essentially usually have the wrong opinion on stuff, so I'm always gonna assume they're wrong, or they haven't said anything smart, and I've made myself look dumb by just assuming shit like that out of people,
Oh yeah, I've
right?
done that before.
But it's never like a server that I worry too much about like my reputation and right. I think
I kind of shot myself in the
Yeah.
foot recently. I did that with a guy, and he was a moderator.
Oh shit.
well,
So now everybody's like, "You're on thin ice, man."
you're on thin ice, Julian. You're on thin
I'm
ice.
watching you. I'm watching you, Choom. I've been playing a little bit of Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, sometimes you should be allowed to the server where you're like a huge asshole. It's fine. I think that should be okay, actually, to keep us sane. There's a server where you act like a normal person, the server where you act like the biggest monster on the planet.
Can I be a little spicy real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
This actually reminds me of something I've been like really getting irritated with, and like in terms of like online discussion, discourse, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I think there's like this really big surge of like toxic positivity.
Oh wow, we were just talking about that last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I feel like it's been pretty bad. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
go into specifics, but there was just like something I saw not too long ago where it's like somebody had a problem with like a certain no video game and like essentially people were just like going in on this person like what the fuck like what the fuck is just like this harassment and I'm just like this isn't harassment, this is just saying you don't like something. It's fine to just be like I don't like something, I think it's not that great, like it's fine to criticize.
Mhm.
But like it feels like, the second you criticize something, and like granted, there's probably like a lot of other people criticizing with like dumb fucking opinions and reasoning, but like I don't know. I do you guys get what I'm saying?
No, I
Yeah.
get you. Yeah, there's when it's like the positivity or it doesn't even matter positivity, negativity. If those things prevent any like valid criticism, it's like a problem,
Hmm.
right? Because you don't want it to get all hug boxy, right?
Exactly.
Because you should be valid in the things you say, right? And
I
when
also think that one recurring issue is the content of like the statement in either case. Like there are some nice things people say where it's like, okay, well, that's utterly worthless because you say the same thing every time. Or like negative things that people say, and it's like, well, you're not even criticizing something, you're just like making an empty statement.
Mhm. Yeah,
Those are the things that like grind my gears.
I think sometimes it's like people are in very I guess people get very protective of like, cause I don't know, was it like an indie game that like people were like supporting or something, or was was like the example game we were thinking of, Toya?
Listen, I ain't gonna say that. Listen, that game
A
has
little indie game called Pal World.
some. I I came to this conclusion maybe a little bit too late, but whenever a game or a studio does voice acting, I've learned just not shit where I eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I hate about voice actors, that they support each other, even though I hate some of them.
True.
I mean, it's
Absolutely
No,
some
I need
fucking
you to
true.
shit talk this guy right now.
look, it's all like I mean, like say what you want. It's all strategic, you don't want to fucking piss off like you don't want to piss off the wrong person, like I've been
Yeah,
burnt by like people in the like indie comic scene, and I've probably had valid reason to like just start doing the fucking tweet thread of like my fucking problem with like indie comic people, but I know that once I do that, I'm shooting myself in the foot because everyone's gonna perceive me as being this
Ab-
crazy guy, right?
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. It is like one of those things where it is just like damn, like I have my issues, but like fuck no, I'm not gonna say
Yeah, you
like
don't want to like you don't want to go for the whole. You're not popular enough to validate a meltdown.
that's like the one thing I wish I could like fucking I don't know, like an like alien beam ray into like other voice actors' minds, like other like
Mhm.
just like small time or especially like starting voice actors where it's just like, hey, a lot of you're gonna go on social media and you're gonna see a lot of voice actors say some really, really dumb shit. Uh don't engage. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
don't be like, "Oh, I think this is stupid," or "I think this is wrong." Don't even, like, try to, like, politely be like, have you considered another viewpoint?" Because, like, nothing good can come of it.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
That's
people
something
are
that I've
def
learned, like, when it comes to online discourse, the first thing that I should always be asking is, "Shouldn't I be working right now?" Or just doing something more productive that
Yeah.
makes me
True.
happy.
Having kind of like a comic or some art to work on is such an awesome distraction from like posting anything too fucking
Yeah.
atrocious on Twitter that will get people like shitting on you,
Bro, that that was one thing that, like, kinda hit me pretty hard, and like maybe it comes with aging, but like I saw some tweet on my timeline. I think it was like fucking like Trauma Alert or something.
Yeah.
Um, and it was just like talking about like this random streamer, just like, oh my god, this streamer fucking, hoed his wife out, his wife of 6 years out, and did cocaine off a stripper's ass, and I'm just like, damn, that is crazy. How much I do not care.
I'm gonna say, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
It's
start
no, you're
tuning into this
right.
guy's streams now. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it
give a gift sub to everyone watching.
it kind of reminds me how like fucking Republicans think that like, oh, we got this picture of Hunter Biden's fat cock. This is gonna destroy the Biden administration. It's like, no, this just makes him look cool. It's cool that he smokes crack and has a fat cock and fucks hookers. That's like
Yeah.
badass, right? Y'all should be doing that too, or y'all should be public
I
about that.
suddenly have a deep interest in politics now.
Yeah, exactly. If more of them were doing that, I would pay attention.
on wait. Hunter Biden is I know he's got like some allegations. Is meth one of those? Because like
Oh well, there's
as of
like photos of him smoking crack, like in hotel rooms,
oh shit.
and there's also
Listen, I'm
photos of
sorry.
his hog too. It's out there.
That is crazy. Listen, fucking sharing a picture of another man's meat. Just they've been doing that a lot, and I
Mhm.
don't know why.
Yeah, I think I don't
They
know.
don't know. It's
Especially,
like a common
I've
activity on
heard
the internet.
I've heard it's like I mean he
We
has like
swap
some
cock
schmeat,
pics like
right?
trading cards.
Yeah, he has some schmeat. So I heard.
Hunter Biden has some. I don't know why you would like ever like if you're like trying to own somebody. I don't know why you'd ever like share a picture of their meat if it's like
It was
if it's
that big,
schmeat, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're like rocking that shit, it's just like, yeah, that's my cock.
yeah.
It's kind of like when someone tells a shitty joke and then someone else laughs, and it's like, why are you laughing at that? That wasn't funny.
That wasn't.
Yeah, true.
What do you mean by this?
Right, exactly. So yeah, that's been kind of the strategy with that. I mean, I hope Biden like dies of like old age, natural causes, yada yada. Please don't come after me. But
Uh-huh.
actually, it'd be epic if both of them died like right before like election night or something. I think that'd be crazy. I think that'd be insane. I'm fan of what? What was that?
It's just a pause.
Oh,
Just
just a
like
pause.
yeah, I hope both of them die for election night.
I'm bipartisan that way, I was
True.
I fantasize about like how I could fix the world if I had a death note. I think it'd be pretty easy. I think I don't know what was Light's problem. I think it's a very easy thing to do. I bet I could beat L too. Like it's possible. All you have to do is just kill everyone that pays L, you know? And like they don't even have to like I think the problem is if you get them all to get heart attacks, they're gonna know it's you. So if you make it just random wacky shit, that'd be fucking great. And then people will be too like distracted by how wacky people are fucking dying. And consistently they're all like they're all putting their signature on the fucking L paychecks, right?
That's true. You know what? If like Kira had just been a little bit more creative, never would have gotten caught.
Like, why heart attacks? You know what I would have done? If I wanted to kill all those criminals, I would just make them like reach for a cop's gun. Boom, they're already dead.
I would just I would write down every criminal's name, and then after it I would just put brick
Brick.
after everyone, and then just like I don't know what that means. I don't know what like
Oh wait, you have to
the
like pick a company and you have to make like people just die from the products of that company over and over again, and that should tarnish their like name,
yeah, they're just like no, we're not assassinating these people. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, you know what? Let's say you hate a mascot. Let's say there's like a mascot you hate. A guy wearing the Jollibee outfit shoots up a place. Now they're never gonna use the Jollibee mascot after that, right?
It's true. It's true.
There's so many directions you could go with this. I think it was very limited in Death Note, but
Exactly.
oh my god.
Like I feel like there's a lot of room with Death Note for like
Mhm.
experimentation, like a lot of just like vagueness that you could take advantage of.
Right, exactly. I think I think just do Death Note 2 and he's just like wackier. Just pick a wackier guy.
They did do Death Note too. Don't you remember?
They in the live action movies, right? Did they do Death Note too?
No. They came out with a
Oh
like a
wait.
manga one shot
Oh
like
yeah, I
a
remember.
couple years ago.
Yeah, where the
And
kid
like
sells the Death Note to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
yeah, he sells it to Donald Trump and then gives a bunch of Japanese people like millions of dollars and then he's like, "All right." And then they're just like, "No, you can't
All
do that." And
right,
they kill him.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, exactly. They're just like, "All right."
He probably
Which it was kind of fucked because it was just like, "All right, kid understood the rules. He knew the game,
yeah, like
but you couldn't let him prosper."
I think it was smart of him to not be Kira 2 because he's like, okay, well, why be Kira 2 when I can just make a shitload of money,
Yeah, they caught that guy.
Yeah, they caught that guy. He didn't last too long, right? So what?
Actually, have you guys ever read the manga ending of Death Note?
I know,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's L like he gets like kind of cornered, and he tries to he no Kira tries to like swindle his way out again, like being like, "Oh no, I'm not the guy." But he kind of admits to it before, and then doesn't he get like
Yeah.
gunned down or something? Or no,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
he gets shot, and then
I mean-
Ryuk like writes his name in the end. He's like, "Oh, remember, Light, I was gonna be the one to write your name." And he's all like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, Ryuk, no!" And then he gets death noted.
Like, so yeah, that is like how it ends, but like there's an extra ending in the manga where like it like shows like a post Earth.
Mm.
It like shows like I guess like society is broken down and like the followers of Kira are like still a thing and they're like traversing through the fucking mountains.
Oh wait,
I do remember that.
was
The
that
lady at the end kind of looked like Misa.
was that a post Earth? Because I thought that was kind of like, oh, they're still like Kira followers. Because like that was Misa, right? Like it was one of the like I guess
I get
priestess.
pushback
No,
whenever I
I-
say it, but I'm pretty sure that was Misa.
All the
Didn't Misa kill herself?
Did she?
I'm pretty
don't
sure she
remember that
did. I'm
part.
pretty sure she like jumped off a
It's
building
been a
or
fucking
something.
minute. I think everything
Which is
after like L dies, everything after that becomes kind of a blur for me. Not gonna lie.
understandable.
I still remember that
Complete-
one guy that was like Light's henchman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking. I know who you're talking about. I can't fucking remember his fucking name for
Kind
the
of
life
embarrassed
of
because
me.
I knew a guy who shared a name with that character, and I can't remember his name either.
Oh, let me look it up real quick.
Okay, it says the ending in the
Oh,
Wikipedia. It says
Akami.
it says the ending of Death Note. 1 year later, after like Light dies, the world has returned to normal. Kira task force are conflicted over whether they made the right decision. Meanwhile, cults continue to worship Kira. So it is like 1 year after Light dies, right? So I
Yeah.
don't think it's like I think they were just like near a volcano, so that's why it kind of looked like post-apocalyptic.
I don't know. All I know is that my ex sent me a screenshot of it, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck? What are you trying to fucking say? Fuck.
No, well, because we were talking about Death Note, and she was like, "Yeah, no, you never like read the manga." I was like, "No," and then she like just sent me that shit. I was like, "Oh fuck, what the fuck happens in the manga?" Whoa.
Whoa, that's crazy. Whoa, weird. That's fucking crazy. Oh man, it's been a minute since I read a manga. I was trying to catch up on One Piece, but like it's
I do them
You're not
pretty
reading
regularly.
One Piece weekly?
Yeah,
I guess I could do that, right? But because I stopped in the middle of the Kaido fight because I found it really boring.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and there's like so many issues I have with One Piece now, and I've said them all before, so who cares? But
this should be your next Twitter arc.
yeah, what being anti One Piece? I mean,
Yeah, being anti One Piece.
My next Twitter arc. What can I do to like piss off people? I was gonna try to commit like stochastic terrorism with my comic, where like you draw comics that suggest terrible ideas to people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a joke, by the way. I'm being ironic.
Just listen, everybody. I think you should just lie on your taxes. I think that's a really good idea.
If we all lied on our taxes at the same time, we would destroy the government.
Would they really be able to do anything?
You-
Look at all those citizens they have to take care of before you.
Right, exactly. Have you seen how like schizophrenic people have been getting?
About what?
about everything.
Oh, I mean, yeah, no,
I
There
definitely.
was like a video of like, oh, there's this kind of like cliffside near the ocean where like the way the waves have eroded the cliffside, it almost resembles like an elephant, right? And people are like, oh, isn't that neat that like, nature will create a structure like that, right?
right.
But the actual caption was like it's surprising to think people aren't aware that one of these days these are gonna wake up. and and it's like, damn, like there's I think the quote too for that was like, I just love how schizophrenic everyone's been getting.
It's shocking that people don't know our days are numbered.
It's crazy that people don't know that all gargoyles are alive and one day will activate to eat us all.
Oh
I
my
do believe in
god.
that one.
Yeah, you think
Yeah, I
so?
think that one's pretty accurate. I think it's
Mm.
pretty pretty
Little
potent.
known documentary, Bankrolled by the Disney Corporation. You should check it out.
So
Oh,
true.
oh my
So
god.
true.
I think all cats could talk like actual words and shit, and they could communicate with us, but they don't do it because they're assholes.
True.
I could see it.
That one might be
I could see
true.
it for sure.
Hmm. Okay, I
Um,
haven't seen.
Manipulate a recording of a cat, and you'll notice how many phonemes you can synthesize from one meow.
I think gang stalking is pretty funny. It's like as a concept.
gang stalking?
Yeah, gang stalking. You know about gang stalking,
I
right?
Yeah, I know about gang stalking. Yeah, I think that's pretty. It is pretty funny whenever you really think about it.
Because it's like I don't know. I like if I had a friend who thought like, oh, dude, I think I'm being followed by groups of people, I would be like, who the fuck would want to follow you, motherfucker? Maybe like if you hurt their ego, they might stop thinking they're getting stalked. You know?
I don't know. Me and my friends, we have a nasty habit of just lying to each other.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so I was just like gotten to that point where like you could say like anything, like innocuous, and then like some people just stop and just like look at you, just like, I think you're lying. I don't, I don't believe. Like I could just be like, yeah, no, I went. Sorry, I'm late, guys. I had to stop by Walmart, pick up a few things. But yeah, I'm here now, and like they'll just be like, I think you're a liar. I don't believe you. I think,
Because you lied so often. That's
yeah.
something
But the
casual.
fucked up thing is, they'll call me out on that, and they'll be right. I was lying.
This is a
But
this is
it's
a
just like,
very interesting the boy who cried wolf scenario. You have placed yourself in.
yeah, no, and it's all of us. We've all just like committed ourselves to gaslighting each other on like the most like pointless topics.
Right.
One benefit is that you would know that the people around you aren't like federal agents because you can trust that they would lie to you. But a federal agent would take advantage of that trust if it
Damn.
were present.
For a second, I thought you're gonna be like, see, the benefit is that like they're not federal agents because they have to tell you if they're federal agents. They can't
Well,
lie
they
to you.
would eventually like say something that would reveal that.
Be funny. Like, okay, this might be a good comic idea where like, okay, it's like a guy with his goth GF, his big titty goth GF, right? And he gets down on one knee. He's like, baby, I got a very important question to ask you. And he gets down on one knee. He's like, oh my god, babe. He's all like, are you a federal agent? And she pauses and she's like, I have to say yes to that.
Damn.
There's like,
Fuck.
I got this off of like there's like a meme where like one guy is all like when I fucking punch the chest of my big titty goth GF and I pull out like robotic parts out of her and she's a robot sent by the federal agent. The fucking
no.
CIA, the FBI to spy on me.
I remember one time I threw pretty hard with a goth GF. I don't know.
You threw
on
pretty
some like
hard. What do you mean? Like you fumbled one?
yeah, I fumbled one
Mm,
pretty
Shit.
bad.
I,
Yeah, I was in high school.
damn.
I was in high school. I just picked up a rose out of my garden. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give this shit to the first beautiful woman I see. And
Yeah,
so I did at the convenience store.
damn.
And like my Riz levels have never been higher.
Was she?
Unfortunately, Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, was she like ha 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 ha? Did she laugh? What would happen?
She did laugh. She went ha 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 ha, and then she gave me her number. I was
Nice.
like, all right, cool. And then I left, and then she was like, oh hey, like, so we should hang out sometime. I was like, yeah, sorry, I have a girlfriend.
Oof. Is that what she said? That she had a girlfriend?
No, that's what I said.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was like, oh, she turned out to be a lesbian.
No, no.
Oh, you
And
dropped
let me
her.
tell
And
you,
after
I did
that,
have a girlfriend. I
she's
just,
like, no more.
I don't know. I should have. I should have just like
Were,
contained those Riz
were
levels
you
for
out
my
there
older life.
rizzing as like a self ego boost? You little stinker, you.
Nah, I mean, I wish I had enough like thought to do that in my younger years. I was just kind of doing random shit whenever I was a teenager. I'm
Yeah, that
gonna be
makes
real
sense.
with you.
No,
Wow.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
where it's just like, why did I even do this? Like, I have a girlfriend. Why would I even do this thing?
Yeah, no.
Today, I will pretend I'm an incidental character in a sitcom.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember one day in high school, I thought like I'm gonna try to talk in the whole day. I'm gonna try to talk in third person like the Hulk, right? I didn't get too far with it though. It started like it was tougher than I thought, right?
Damn.
Because I'm like Alfredo hungry, Alfredo gonna be late for class, right? And I don't know. I forgot what made me slip up. I think my buddies were trying to make me slip up, and it was very tough because I mean that's just how bros be like sometimes. They wanna see you fail because it'd be super funny. Oh my god.
I did that once at work. I decided just randomly that I was just gonna be a terrible, awful, negative person all day.
Mhm.
And what stopped me is that this one girl I like was like, "Oh, have a good lunch, Julian." And I replied, "Thanks. I hope I blow away." And then she made an awful face.
It's
And
like,
I realized,
now it's
"Oh, no."
unnecessary, Julian.
Wait, an awful face?
Yeah, like, you know how when people see something they don't like, they kinda, like, half snarl, half frown?
Yeah, I don't think what you said was that terrible.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
Sometimes some people are very like sensitive to like things you say, you know.
I guess so. I'm just kind of like, what? I hope I blow away. I just don't
Yeah, I
like.
hope I blow away. And she's like, I didn't like that.
What is that? What is that? 9/11 joke? You know, my uncle died in 9/11.
You know, my uncle did 9/11, motherfucker. How do you?
Still think it's funny?
My uncle died in
Funny
9/11.
guy?
He was flying the planes.
I'm just I'm surprised that anybody would like give a negative reaction to that. At most, I feel like it would be neutral.
Was it like an
or-
older woman?
Story of my fucking life. No, she was around the same age group.
Oof.
I learned later she was a lesbian, so
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe she thought it was
Story
like a
of my
sexual
life.
thing.
One thing, I used to work at a restaurant, and the bartender was like clearly flirting with me,
Yeah.
and like yeah, and so instantly my first instinct was just like, how can I ruin this? How can I fucking throw this shit in the trash? She was flirting with me, and like she was like, oh, everybody always goes out to these things, and she's like, I don't really do anything. And she's like, I wish I could just like have somebody to hang out with. And she kind of like looked at me, and I was like, huh?
Oh no.
I was like,
oh no.
I was
Fumble.
I was just like, yeah, I bet you'd be wild out there. You're like you're like a little monster or something.
Oh no.
And she just gave me the weirdest fucking look, and I
Oh,
was just
no.
like,
Oh god. Dude.
no, that sounded.
I'm getting hurt
It
by
would,
listening to this story, dude. I'm fucking feeling pain right now.
dude. Imagine being in the story. I wanted to fucking. I wanted to.
I wanted to
You wanted to blow
die.
away?
You wanted to blow
I
away?
wanted to blow away. I wanted to blow away for sure. I wanted to blow away my brains all over the wall.
Fucking Dr. Fumbles over here, dude.
I am Dr. Fumbles.
Oh no.
Like, that should be my name. I'm pretty adept at it at the bar.
Damn. Have you gotten better at got better as your Riz levels gotten better in recent times or nah?
I feel like my initial attraction levels are better.
Mm,
I definitely do feel people staring at like girls will like start eyeing me up at the bar. But
mm,
the problem is, because I've been working from home for 4 years, my social levels are not quite up there,
mhm.
Yeah.
and so I just end up playing Sudoku on my phone.
Oh no.
I've tried combating that by putting myself in situations where I'm
Oh my
forced to
god.
socialize. Like,
Yeah, that's
Julian.
in the
funny.
last
That's
few
real
years,
funny.
I've gotten into local, politics, and you have to interact with people if you want to actually, like, get anything done. The problem is that, like, you go to town hall, people know your name, and they expect you to show up again, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's
"I don't want to."
I hate when people expect stuff out of me. Not not a big fan of that. Speaking of fumbling, I think I've told the story before, maybe, but like back like a couple years ago when I was like in my dry spell, buddy of mine went to Cal Arts and he invited me to a Halloween party they were having, and I did fumble. There was this one chick who was dressed up like Mandy from Billy and Mandy, and I did fumble her because I was just too high and drunk to like communicate like a normal person,
Ah,
right? Eh,
What if she was like Mandy in real life?
Well, what's funny is that because she was like kind of like an edgy art chick, my buddy was like setting me up, saying like, "Oh, you know that Cheesy owns a physical copy of a Serbian film," and she's like, "Oh, you do?" And
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I can't remember what I fucking said, but I knew it wasn't like a normal thing a person would fucking
bro,
say, dude.
real quick, hold on, I need to go to the bathroom, but before I do, just like that sentence is so fucking funny
And
because
yeah,
the you and I don't know where you live, Cheesy,
okay.
but I already know it's nowhere near where I live. Because the idea of going to, like, a party or something and then dropping the fucking fact that you have a physical copy of a Serbian film in Oklahoma would do nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you'd be, like, speaking French.
yeah.
I would recognize it. I'd be like, "Oh, that's cool." But in Oklahoma, dog, that would do absolutely nothing. It'd be like, what, do you just, like, really like Russian people or something?"
They'll be like, "Oh, he's into art films. When was that one made in 1930s?"
I guess he likes the cold. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to go to the
All
bathroom.
right, okay. Ugh, but yeah, that was the infamous fumble story. I actually do own a copy of a Serbian film, like a physical one. It's been like years since I've seen it. I don't know, just something about just owning it feels like this is I just can't throw this away. This needs to like this belongs in my museum that I personally own, you know?
Yeah, there's some hentai anime that I feel that way about, but I also have second thoughts, like,
I mean,
it should be illegal to own them.
it's like archival. I know that thanks to the whole fucking like feud that was happening with Ethan Klein and Bosch, I remember looking into it of like I think the FBI does consider lowly art as like, CP, right? And
Yeah. It's, like, specifically banned in Australia.
but you have to own a certain amount of it. Like having a couple saved in your computer isn't bad really, but like owning like there's like a certain amount that once you own this much amount of it, then it's like, all right, Buster, you need to slow down, right? That
We crawled his computer. He has 20 terabytes of child
what's
pornography.
what's the amount the one
We got him.
fucking Rurono, what's it?
I'm back.
The fucking what's his name? The Rurono Kenshi
Oh, the
guy?
Rurouni Kenshin guy.
Rurouni Kenshi guy. Yeah, he had so much they thought he was like a dealer, right? Yeah, well,
Oh, are you talking about the okay, I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Nobuhiro Watsuki.
yeah. We were I brought up like oh the FBI does consider like lowly art as CP, but they don't like care unless it's like a certain amount, right? So you have to own like a certain amount of it for them to like start being like, all right, mister, slow down, buddy.
Wait, was Juan, I thought all the stuff that guy had was, like, actual CP.
Yeah, I think he had
Yeah,
actual CP.
bunches of DVDs and, book.
That I brought up that other guy after talking about the FBI
Oh, okay,
because like
gotcha.
that guy had a shitload. That's
No,
fucking
he had like
insane.
fucking like terabytes and shit, right?
Yeah, yeah, he did. It's fucking horrifying. Oh my god.
It's I don't even know how you get that much.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know how you get that much.
I don't
Probably a
even
lot of duplicate.
I don't even know how you get that much normal porn.
Oh, that's easy.
Like
Getting
holy
that is
shit.
easy, but
Yeah, every day I top up my collection with like 5
mhm.
gigabytes of just smut.
I got a lot of kind of like I got a lot of like smut that I bookmark mostly because I do like NSFW like art and commissions, and there's like certain poses and whatnot or outfits that I really like, and I'm like, all right, I save this one for later, for to draw later. But
Oh,
like I wish I had like a little clone that only draws like porn, and then I could
I have
validate
a
bookmarking all these pictures.
I have a sin list.
This well, what?
Yeah, a sin
Are you
list.
God? What? Fucking
No, no, no. I every like porn or like hentai I've ever seen, uh,
mm.
where when everyone I've watched where I've just been like, oh, hey, that's pretty good. Just write it down on the list. I've got this big Google Doc
Oh my
because
god.
like back whenever I was in middle school, I didn't bookmark stuff because I
Mm,
was just like, oh, I don't want my parents to know I'm watching porn.
mhm,
So I would just write it down in this Google Doc,
mm.
and I like the habit just kind of like picked up and maintained until adulthood, and I still do it. And like that doc is like fucking like 15 pages long or something.
So,
Damn.
like, somewhere on your computer, there's a document that's like, Alyssa Foxy from Wow Girls, recording date, March 18th, 2018.
It's the way it's broken out is there's like there's hentai, uh, which is then divided by genres, and
Oh,
then there's like porn that's also divided by genres, and then occasional like I also have a subsection for like artists I particularly enjoy
Mm,
or porn stars.
mm. That's pretty
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
I'm kind of like that. I keep, detailed playlists of, actors that I like. I try to hide them whenever I'm, like, streaming, cartoons or movies for friends, and then someone's like, "Oh, hey, I see that." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
Hey, I'm gonna be real though. I feel like that's like a lot cooler to bring up in conversation.
What, your catalogization of porn, your gooner
Yeah, it's
catalogs, your coomer catalogs?
yeah, it's just like, "Hey, guys, I have a list of my favorite actors and stuff." "Oh, wow, that's really cool." Hey, guys, I got a list of my favorite porns that's, like, divided by genre," and it's just like, "Yeah, okay, man."
Kinda like that mom that, like, every time she watches a movie, she writes a little review in her notes app of that movie, right?
Oh, shit.
Like, I heard people do that with, like, Google Docs. They'll have just a long list of reviews of every movie they've ever seen, and you could easily just make a letterbox account and just do that, right? But, these people, they just do it for the love of the game,
Yeah.
right?
That's me, man.
Mm.
I put out my movie reviews on Twitter. Don't even own a letterbox.
I do the thing that, like, I something that I find super annoying is when people complain about fucking, like, joke reviews on Letterbox. Like, people get so fucking mad about,
Really?
yeah, they do. They, like, say, like, "Oh, I'm tired of all these, like, jokey reviews on Letterbox. Everyone's trying to do the fucking, like, 'this happened to my buddy Eric,' right?" Like, they're trying to do their version of that. But it's kinda like, you don't have to read those reviews, right? Like, no one's
Yeah.
forcing you to read those, like, movie fucking reviews, dude. It's just people just trying to be funny. Who cares? Like, some people get so mad at the concept of a bad joke, and it's like, dude, who cares? Like, it's just people. These just people. They're just their fucking coworkers or whatnot. They're just making their little fucking jokes. Who cares? Nothing fucking changed. No one's forcing you to like look through all this shit and like enjoy it or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
People gotta get over it. Yeah, so I do my little
Uh,
jokey reviews about fucking movies because I don't know. I feel like I feel like I have pretty good memory about my opinion about certain movies, right? And also, if I start like forgetting my opinion about a movie, that incentivizes me just to rewatch it, you know? So, it's like, hey, I get to enjoy the movie again or not enjoy it. I can't remember, you know?
I do
I've been
enjoy the process of watching a movie that I think I like and then realizing, "Oh, I literally didn't remember any of this, but it's still good."
Mm,
hell yeah.
yeah, exactly. Sometimes I wish I could experience movies again for the first time.
I would love to rewatch, Tron Legacy for the first time again.
Oh God,
Mhm.
is that
Just
movie good?
not
Been a
remember
while since
anything
I've
that happened.
watched it.
I think it's good. Some people might think it's, like, hokey, not enough story. If you watch it on an actual HD television, you can tell where some of the, costume design doesn't work,
I
but I like it.
I've been hearing a lot more kind of like people vouching for like Tron Legacy that like it wasn't that bad, you know. Some people do kind of over exaggerate how bad something is, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like, ooh, like who cares? Like I don't know. I'm paying rent now, so I don't care too much about that shit. Um
Yeah.
God, that is the ultimate that is the ultimate like forced into adulthood shit. It's just like I'm paying rent now.
but
I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. I don't have that like strong opinions about fucking cartoons. I know everyone wants to start shitting on
Wow,
cartoons. Everyone's like, "Ooh, I don't like Velma." Bro, who cares, dude? Who cares?
that's crazy. Mizkif broke up with Imiru. That's insane.
That is
I'm running
insane.
late on rent. Am I going to survive? These are the questions that haunt my mind.
It's funny when I'm mutual with a couple of kind of like I guess people who made like who do like drama content, and I'd see them on Twitter just kind of like shit talking or goading like people like I guess like locals or whatnot, but it's like I have no idea who any of these like people are, so it's like I don't give a fuck. Like, oh, this one guy's like a pedophile. Well, like I didn't know that guy existed until now, so I don't really like that-
Woo!
I don't really have
All right.
that big of a fucking I guess need for them to want to die. I don't fucking know, right? But that's
It's
just
like,
that's just
I'm
me.
"Oh,
That's just
well,
me.
I hope he, doesn't have access to any children.
Yeah, exactly. I hope he does.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I have to
yeah.
I
buy
think
eggs
Stop
now."
him.
yeah. We're definitely getting to the point where it's just like, all right, does this internet shit like mean anything? I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if it's like a result of our age or if it's like a result of like we are at like that stage of the internet.
Right. No.
It's kind of both because, like, on the internet, no one gets canceled anymore. So your investment is kind of, like, stunted right from the get-go because there are no stakes.
hmm
The stakes are whatever you make them, and any level of, detachment completely eliminates the idea of, any stake.
Mm,
I don't know. Listen, I'm gonna be real. Uh, I think ED. Okay, well, let me preface this. I think this is a good thing. I think
okay.
this is a good cancellation. I think EDP 445 did get canceled, but that's good.
Right.
That I think that probably should have happened.
He's a pedophile.
Yeah, and he likes cupcakes.
Yeah, exactly. His worst
Oh, no.
his worst
I
offense.
really hated that guy, and then I found out he liked cupcakes.
And
I
and
like
I
cupcakes.
despise that guy.
How could
Right,
he do this to me?
exactly. Exactly. Fuck. You know what? That just
Honestly, that is something that would get me invested. Like, "Oh, yeah, terrible news. Well, he also likes cupcakes. Fuck, we've gotta do
you
something
just
about
just
this."
just tell me the people that I hate are pedophiles. That would make me more interested. If it turns out everyone I hated was a
Oh my
pedophile, that's
god.
what I live for. Those are the moments.
This
I
actually
keep
happened
waiting
to me.
for, YouTubers to have allegations, like, people that I consider are washed up, but everyone still likes them.
Mhm. We're gonna say Toya.
Um, I actually got reminded just the other week. Some artist got canceled for something. I don't know. I think
I don't know.
I like well, cause it is kind of like flying past for me. I think like I don't know. I think he said like the soft A on like his Facebook account or something.
Ooh,
Yeah,
soft
and like
A.
no, soft A. Yeah, and
What's
like I
soft
mean,
A?
yeah,
You could
not
write it and then delete it, or you can
not
say it and I'll bleep. We'll
like
bleep it out. We promise we'll bleep it out.
it's the N word soft A,
Oh,
and
okay.
like
All right.
yeah, yeah,
Soft A. This one.
yeah, yeah, and so like
Uh,
thing is like somebody was like canceling him, and some people I know were talking about it, and I was just like, I'll be honest, like I don't really give a fuck.
I feel like if they said it
I was like,
like years ago, I mean, what's the context? If they were quoting something like, but just did they just say, "Oh, they said the soft A on Facebook"? Okay, well, what was the context? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Right.
I just know I think honestly think like office life is eroding my mind.
Mm.
So I was just like, I don't like I think I'm like just like past like judging people for their actions. And I think
Look,
I'm
if they
just gonna
diddle
like
some
start
kids, who
judging.
cares? I have rent to pay.
Yeah,
Like,
who gives a fuck? Not me.
I'm chill.
I'm just gonna like I'm gonna reserve my judgment for like how they make me feel.
It's all about me and how I
Yeah,
feel.
it's all about me. It's all about like does this guy give me good vibes or does he give me bad vibes? Does he rub me the right way or the wrong
Sometimes
way?
some pedophiles have good vibes. Like, what am I gonna
Yeah, exactly.
do?
Well, it's kind of like how when there was a big stink about Nick Tufani on Twitter, it was
Who?
the big news of the week. But now, oh, he's not on Twitter anymore. Oh well, he continues to thrive on Instagram. It's like there was probably no reason to expend any energy on that back when it was happening on Twitter.
Nick Trofani? I haven't heard this name.
I don't
You've
know his
probably
name.
seen his stuff. He had a gimmick where he would manipulate the transparency of images on Twitter to create fun little jump scares.
Oh, yeah, wait a second. Yeah, I remember that guy getting canceled. Yeah, he had allegations. Oh, man. Damn, I need more, I need all the artists that I hate to finally start getting allegations, then we'll be cooking, right?
I don't know how you like people get like so many allegations.
Yeah.
I barely even talk to women on the internet, let alone in
Oh,
real
I
life.
can't stop. I'm always talking to women on
I'm
the internet.
talking to people. Like, I mean, I think, I mean, you need to be God. I mean, they're hounding people, right? Or like, they have like fans who like hit them up, or like, like, oh, I like the way you drew spooky, creepy pasta, man. I want to be your friend. And they're all like, okay,
Bro, I
cool.
wish
But
I had fans like that. My fans tell me to kill myself.
you have fans? Question mark.
Yeah,
Got him.
and
I guess
Got
the
they're
other
him.
all
part of it
brutal.
is to not do dumb things that might enable those sort of situations, like Pro Jared
Mhm.
starting a Twitter blog circle where children would post pictures of themselves.
Oh god.
Okay, you got okay. I'm looking up your numbers right now. Toya, you got like 221 followers on Twitch. That's something.
Yeah, if I can wake up and at 5 in the morning with some notification from my phone, it's just calling me a bum because I didn't stream last night.
Oh, does it do that?
If they're in my Discord, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty accessible, so
Oh, I
like they're
thought Twitch was sending you notifications saying, "Why aren't you
no.
stream, you motherfucker?"
All right.
I wish Twitch did send me notifications. I have a problem because sometimes people do send me like DMs on Twitch and stuff for like,
All right.
hey, maybe we should do something together. I'm just like, oh, I haven't
All right.
I had no
this
idea that Twitch had a messaging system.
I assume it's
I only watch like 2
easier.
streamers.
I assume they're easier to overlook, right? Because like sometimes the UI for places do not make it very obvious where the DMs are.
yeah.
Because that.
It's very easy on Twitch because it's like right next to your notifications and like there's always like a billion notifications.
hmm I freaking like I have no idea where the fuck the DMs are for Newgrounds. I really don't like how Newgrounds looks like. I People say they need to get an app, but I don't think that. I don't think they ever will. I don't think Newgrounds can get an app because like the the Apple Store is very like the App Store is very much like if your thing has too much porn or if it's known for having too much porn, they won't like let you be on, right? Because that was like the big problem with like Tumblr and why they were trying to remove a lot of that porn, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think probably biggest like the biggest problem with Newgrounds, in my opinion, is that they have like a board for like collaborations,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Like,
Yeah.
oh hey, looking for voice actors. Oh hey, that board is like fucking useless.
Yeah, I bet.
It's I mean, like, I wish it was useful because it would be cool to like,
Mm-hmm.
find some people and work with them. Like,
Do you find most
It
but
of
should be the
your
Facebook marketplace for creative collaboration, but unfortunately, everyone on there is 12 years old.
do you do you find most voice acting work like through like Twitter?
yeah, a lot of it.
Mm,
Especially since like like especially like right now, I'm kind of just doing things on a
mm-hmm.
case by case basis because uh after like 4 years, I was called to come back into the office. And
Mm.
it's taken about 2 hours out of every day of my
Oh,
life.
that's so fucking awesome. Don't you just love that?
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right? Super
don't you just
cool
love that it does that? That's so cool.
that can just happen.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like recently I definitely not been on the voice acting grind. I've just been like trying to get my life under control.
Hmm.
However, I um every now and then and for some reason right before my Brazil trip more than ever people will like message me for like commissions and stuff and be like, "Hey, can you
Mm,
voice act my thing?" I'm like, "Okay, cool."
yeah, isn't that how it
Have you
is?
considered doing erotic ASMR for promotion?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Um
I got suggested that recently, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't like being punked.
You could do a erotic ASMR. Your boyfriend hits you with a lead pipe.
that'd be so fucking
Yeah, I've
sick.
seen that one go around a lot.
Um, the thing is, like, it's really weird. I remember one time, I and I'm pretty confident I would have gotten these parts. I almost got both lead roles in a gay hentai.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yo,
that's a
I was.
both
career starter.
both Lee Rhodes and a gay hentai. Nice. Self says.
Yeah, that's my dream because then I could literally just be like, yeah, if somebody's like, "Go fuck yourself," I'd be like, "Huh, already did,
I already
asshole."
did, Buster.
Bucket
Yeah.
list item, check.
But like the thing is, whenever you go into like casting sites and like audition for stuff, um, you'll get paid, and which is cool. The problem is like your work, the likelihood of it ever seeing the light of day is like not great.
Mm,
Yeah, I've had
You know
that.
what?
yeah,
Yeah,
sounds about right. Yeah, because projects like fall through. That makes sense.
yeah, and on like casting sites, like more times than not, I would say projects just fall through and like just never happen. So it can get kind of, like, weird sometimes whenever people are just like, "Oh, what have you been in?" It's like, "Well, I've been in a lot of
I've been a
stuff."
lot of shit that
How many
haven't
of
come out yet.
Yeah, you can't watch any of
That's
it,
so awesome.
actually.
Fucking if you made a tweet about like how hard it is to like even find any voice acting work on Newgrounds, you think people get mad at you?
Um, I don't think people get mad at me. I think, like, because I don't think this is, like the problem is, like, why would you, like, post on Newgrounds for help whenever you could just post on twitter.com for help?
Yeah, true. Is that
Rude.
something you think people have like silently accepted on Newgrounds, or it
Oh,
just
I don't think so. Newgrounds people are kind of like culty.
they are pretty culty?
They drink their own Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's like one of those moments where I don't shit when I where I eat. So
Yeah,
I
no.
think Newgrounds people are the best. I think they all got big cocks if
Y'all
you
got
know they're
big
men.
cocks or big meaty balls.
Every day they wake up and they're like, "Oh boy, I love Tom Folk.
Oh, I
I
fucking
Yeah, they
love
wake
wish
up
I fucking love Tunfob. Oh.
I hope he
they wake
flips
up in the
his
morning and go,
balls into my face."
God, I fucking love my life.
Oh my
This is
god.
better than meth.
Well, hold on. That's a hot take, mister. I don't know if you heard, but
Get a little pocket there.
yeah, I don't know if you heard, but uh
But no, I mean, like, Twitter is definitely, like, a pretty, like especially if you're, like, following the right people, it's a very, like, good way to get auditions, but it's like it was a very weird, like, voice acting ecosystem
mm,
where,
Yeah, I've
like
seen the ecosystem. It's what made me hate voice actors.
I love any voice actors that can get me work,
Yeah.
hate the ones that
I know
can't.
that back when I was looking for volunteer voice actors for the McPuglachi motion comic. I know you totally like missed it, I think. I don't think you saw it.
Yeah, I don't think I did.
Yeah, no. A bunch of other people didn't see it. There's people I was expecting that could apply. Maybe I should have just approached them about it. Um,
Yeah, hey, if you I mean, I don't know if you're still doing it,
I mean,
but
I already
hey,
did it.
I'm
I did it
free
like
boy.
last year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is like the video of it. But I am gonna like I keep saying this, but I'm very busy. I am gonna try to get back into animation because I think I have I think the aspirations of making indie pilots could work out. There's just a particular way you have to do it. And I say
Yeah,
this with caution because I've had episodes where I say like, don't make an indie pilot, right? I think it depends on what you want, because I don't
Yeah.
think I think like stuff like Hasman Hotel is like the exception to the fucking rule and stuff like that. So I think you really got to evaluate what you want. Speaking of toxic positivity, there is like I won't say the name of this like animated like I guess indie show because I know that and
I'm so
I know they
ready.
have their fans, but actually fuck I
I'll
could just
probably
say
be
it
able
and
to
bleep
call
it
it one
out now,
time.
think about it. So
Yeah, 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 do that, do that.
you ever heard of Monkey Wrench?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll
No.
post an image. We won't show this on the podcast, but I am like not a fan of this like cartoon, I guess.
I hate being that guy, but whenever I see someone saying, "Oh, I love this," I have to be
Have
like,
you se-
"What do you like about it? What makes it so good?"
have you seen this, Toya?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, this guy, he's been like animating.
Reminds me of something, though.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the problem. It reminds everybody of a million things. And the guy who made it, he's like an industry professional. I think he started on Newgrounds and then started doing industry stuff. He's good. He's a cool guy, and this has been his idea for like kind of of a show that he's been wanting to do for years, and he's been retooling it, right? And I mean, it looks
Mhm.
good. Like I mean, the animation looks good, but the show itself, like the style and the characters, do not like look appealing, right? And the problem is that I think the big problem is that the show constantly reminds you of stuff that's better than the show,
Damn.
right? Yeah, because it's like that you could obviously like where it's pulling from if you look at it, right? And it just doesn't
Yeah, I
like
could be watching the Pirates of the Caribbean right now.
yeah, it just doesn't like, it doesn't stand
I could be
out.
watching that one Zone animation right now.
It doesn't stand out too much from like other things, and I think and even like he's like losing like kind of traction with people with this because it's just not as popular. And it's like, I don't know, sometimes like you could be a very talented person, you could be like, really good at what you do, have these jobs, but sometimes I don't know, you might have I feel like this is one of those things where you might have to cut your losses on this one, because it's like
I agree.
it's very like sunk cost fallacy with like this show, and
Yeah, I've
yeah.
listen, as far as, like, creatives go, I've come to the firm belief that, yeah, creatives, they need to fucking shackle around the ankle, put them in a fucking basement, and then just be like, give 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 them a prompt and just let them go to town.
Yeah, treat them like an AI image generating prompt.
But I will say, like, as far as creatives go, I think I genuinely do have this belief that I think like creatives are at their best whenever there's like they're put in a like like they got restrictions, I guess.
Mm, yeah,
If that makes sense.
I think I agree when there's like certain like limitations because
Yeah, where it's just like it has to be about this topic, whatever, maybe this
I
time
think
limit.
yeah, because it's
Good luck.
people don't realize how overbearing like having all the options is,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Like
it is a
if
nightmare.
you have all the choices, then it makes it impossible to like choose. But if you only have a certain amount of choices, it makes it a lot easier because they get narrowed down, right?
Yeah.
So I think,
Yeah,
yeah, I think sometimes like and the sky's there's some people who work a lot better when everything is open, but there's some people who just work a lot better when only like a couple things are available to them, right?
exactly. And I don't know much about this. I don't know much about this Monkey Wrench guy, but like, sounds like he's a pretty good artist.
No, he's like
The stuff he does is
he's worked
good.
on like indie stuff and like in the industry, professional industry stuff, just all these like kind of things, right? But like I guess this kind of passion project of him is just not that like interesting. And like, when is he gonna like I don't know, maybe the next here's the thing. What if the next episode just makes me eat my own words? What if the next episode is like, oh, this was the vision,
Ooh.
right? What if that the next episode was kind of like, boom, this is oh now it's good, right? What if?
If it's happening, I'm throwing you under the bus.
Right, exactly. But like
I'm going straight to him. I'm gonna be like, listen, this motherfucker
cheesy
cheesy.
Manfredo motherfucker,
He's
dude.
he's been talking a lot of shit about
Yeah.
you, and like I try to push back during the podcast, but he wouldn't listen. Called me a slur, and I don't listen, man. I'll voice act for you anytime.
he yeah, he's gonna join that Discord server where they constantly shit on me. He's like, oh, another cheesy enemy has been made all around me. I
I didn't know you had your own Discord server that just fucking hates you.
there's like
That's
I'm
cool.
aware of that. There's one Discord server that like was kind of like upset that like because there was a moment like last year when I like became homeless and there was like we started a GoFundMe to keep us afloat and there
Mhm.
was like a Discord server that was
And they
very
were just
like
upset you were homeless?
well they were very mad that my GoFundMe was making a lot of money. Right, like, they were upset that, like,
Mm,
"Oh, they're wow, I can't believe their GoFundMe to keep them afloat so they don't become homeless is, like, making money," right? And it's
I can't believe this man has shelter. What the
yeah, dude,
fuck?
fuck this guy, right? And it's damn, like, rent free, right? Like, I'm just trying to, like, stay fucking afloat, right? But whatever, it doesn't
Right.
matter because I they don't have my award-winning podcast and my epic Flingus comic. They don't have that. I still have these things. They don't have the beautiful 10K following that I have.
I have a flingus. Do you have a flingus?
Only babies don't have Flinguses.
True.
Mhm.
I think there's by the way, I think there's a big bot surge going on right now.
True.
Oh, yeah.
Cuz my Twitter account has gone from like 400 to like 450 followers.
Mhm.
And I'm like there's ain't no fucking way. I've just been posting my morning videos
Every
and my
day I'll get a
tweet.
like on one of my innocuous, like, "Oh, here's a opinion I have that no one will fuck with." It'll get a like. I go to the profile and it's like, you know, the uninformed person might think, "Oh, wow, a hot supermodel liked my post." No, it's a bot.
Whoa, she wants to have sex with me right now. All I gotta do is give her my credit card. Whoa, epic.
Wow. Holy moly.
What's
I actually that is something I've been doing that I can kind of bring up. I've been doing Cheesy, did you ever know about the morning videos?
is it like what is that? Is that like clips of
I
from your
I, I
stream?
post them to Twitter. No, I just post I because the thing is my drive is like an hour to work every morning, right?
Mhm.
And so on that drive, I just take videos
Uh,
and just give like random excerpts
nice.
and post them to Twitter. And yeah, it's different. It's different every day based on whether I'm hungover, the lottery is happening. Uh,
Mm,
but yeah, I recently started doing that again, and I think it's good. I think it's good for my mental health, and I get like 3 people to just like it every morning, and I'm just like, "You guys are real
this is
ones.
for you
Fuck
guys.
yeah."
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, this for the
I got a
homies.
buddy who posts like late night like Instagram stories like on private, right? And just gives his take on like random stuff. Sometimes he like apologizes for the shit he said, and I'm like, and he thinks I watch them, but mostly I just like skim through them. I don't really fucking watch him. So he thinks I know about all the awful shit he admits to on his fucking Instagram stories, but I don't really, you know. So like I don't know. It's like I have power over him or something, but
Mm.
But you don't.
but I don't. I don't.
It's
He yeah, it's all in your mind, dude.
listen, you need to start utilizing that fake power. You need to be
Oh,
like,
shit, power.
"Listen, I need you to do this thing for me. If you don't, you know what's gonna happen.
You know what's gonna
I
happen.
don't need to explain to you what's gonna
I need you
happen."
to pay my fucking rent, motherfucker. Or it's gonna be the last. It's gonna be the last time you fucking. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be the last time you do anything. Anything.
Or else the secret gets
Right?
out.
The secret
You
gets
know,
out.
the secret.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you know.
The one that you and I both know.
All right. Okay. I think this podcast has been running long, and we're close to the end. So Toya, what do you do? Where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, or YouTube, Twitch, and Kick
You on
at LakeToya
you're
VA.
on Kick now?
And then I am on Kick. My viewership in there is, I mean, it's not great. I don't know how great it's been in the past because it took me till just recently to realize that Kick chats weren't coming through multi-chat, so I'd just been ignoring all of them.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, we can always get those numbers up, baby.
true. You can
Uh,
always get those numbers up.
I I also have a Twitter that's pretty fire. I mainly retweet art and post my morning videos.
Nice.
Um, yeah, this is not a great time to chill my shit because I'm about to be in Brazil for 10 days.
Yeah.
But
So just don't all the shit he told you. Just don't check it out. You don't need to do that.
oh yeah, don't check that
Yeah.
shit
Don't
out.
fucking forget it.
Wait
Uh,
10 days.
Yeah, forget it because he's not gonna be
Mark your
there,
calendar.
and he's not gonna get the fucking the endorphins from seeing you like and following his shit. So it's just no point,
true.
right?
Also, I will say though, if you need voice acting, I am still open for business. So you can just DM me on Twitter
Right.
if you liked my voice. If you thought that was
He
pretty
he
saucy,
says if you have any pedophile characters that need like a voice,
I'll voice
yeah,
them without a
yeah,
second thought.
whatever. He'll
I'll be the best
he'll method
pedophile
act.
on the planet. I'll be such an honestly, I'd be such a good pedophile. I'd be
That'd
an
be
even
so
better
good.
pedophile in
The
Dream.
the
Sorry,
the
bleep that out.
FBI will show up to my place. That's how convincing I'd be.
It's
Oh my
true.
god! All right, and Julia, what do you got? What do you got in the docket this time?
I have vqcd.in. It's my website where all of my cool stuff lives. I was joking the last episode that people were saying very unkind things about it, but not enough people say anything about it. So check it out and
Check
tell
it
me what you
out.
think.
Check it out. We're gonna keep bombarding this into your mind. And I'm Cheesymanfredo. I'm on Blue Skies, just like everyone else is now. And I did post my Flingus and Friends comic there, and I got a like by David F. Sandberg, who's a director of the first two Shazam movies. But he's also the
Yeah.
Oh hell
yeah,
yeah!
hell yeah. But he's also the director of Lights Out and who did the original short film, right? And he liked the Flingus and Friends comic, so you know what that means. Pretty soon we're gonna get a Flingus and Friends movie
Yeah.
because he's gonna be like, "Oh,
Fuck
epic!
yeah!
We need to bring Flingus to the big screen so we can see his violent death." there as well. You know,
Fuck yeah.
right? Exactly.
Who would you hire to voice the CGI Flingus?
CGI Flingus. No.
Yeah, who'd you hire?
Okay, first of all, Flingus would be practical. Let's get that. Let's get that straight. It'd be a practical puppet.
Cool.
Geez, I don't know. I can't think of any voice actors in the immediate.
You know, I'm sure if you racked your mind, you could think of one.
You know what, Toya?
maybe.
Give me your best Flingus right now. Give me a. What do you think Flingus sounds like? You know what he looks like. Yes.
Well, howdy. I'm Flingus. I love the children, and I love to go out there and spread joy. Oh, my head! Oh, God!
You kind of sound like Joe Biden.
Joe Biden?
Yeah, you sound like Joe Biden.
Hey, listen, Pat.
Listen here, Jack.
Listen here, Jack. Push-ups right now. Come on, Pat. Come on.
Okay, all right, okay. And yeah, I'll be doing more comics. Maybe I'll come up with more of these kind of like weird horror comedy comics. Maybe. I really got no ideas in the media. Yeah, they're pretty good.
I like them.
Thank you. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm Cheesymanfredo. I'm the main character. This is my syndrome, and this is my podcast. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. I miss Matt.